we go. Here we go.
I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we here to talk about. Y'all saw the thumbnail. The Bucks got the internet going nuts. Giannis has been moved to the Miami Heat. We definitely got to get into that. And right now we have the 2026 NBA draft, and the Bucks are be on the clock shortly. We're at the number 8 pick for the Atlanta Hawks right now. The Bucks have acquired within this draft the 13th pick as well with the 10th pick, but we're going to get into all of that. But before we do and get about feelings, I first want to address the elephant in the room is how am I feeling? How is Bucks Nation's feeling about the departure of Giannis? Because to me, I'm like, this was just a hell of a run with an athlete with one state. Like, Giannis is obviously the greatest Milwaukee Buck of all time, and he might be the greatest Wisconsin athlete of all time for his all-around impact. I mean, I know we've had Aaron Rodgers. I know we've had Brett Favre. I know all that. Kareem has been here. I know what's been going on here. But as far as impact and all around, just the feeling that he gave when he was here, we got to give Giannis the flowers. He forever changed Wisconsin and the Milwaukee area from when he was drafted to his departure today. He had such a huge impact. He brought us another banner. I know that no one would think that there was no way that the Bucks would win another NBA championship, and under Giannis, we were able to get another championship. He didn't leave us high and dry. He didn't do like LeBron James and leave, and then you got to come back and get a title. He gave us a title before he left. He gave us 2 MVPs, 2 defensive MVPs. He gave us a cup, an NBA Cup title. He did everything he could for us, and I just think at a certain point in time, it's just better to move on. We're looking to get younger. He's looking for bigger things, bigger environment, and some of the cachet that he's acquired over the years to take advantage of that, and not only in on the court ventures and off the court ventures. So I understand the going to Miami. We've all known that this was going to happen for a very long time, and we've expected it, but it's still hard to deal with knowing that you no longer have 34 in a Milwaukee Bucks jersey. I didn't want to, just chase views and go live last night right after. I wanted to take some time to just kind of absorb the situation, understand, and kind of work through just the feelings and just emotions from something you're so used to. You know what I mean? Giannis built Fiserv Forum. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it feels when he's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you go in there and you know you're not gonna see Giannis. We have to now embrace a new era of Milwaukee Bucks basketball, and I hope a lot of you are still going to support the Bucks, even with the departure of Giannis, because I do understand there's different factions. I know you have your Giannis supporters, you have your Milwaukee Bucks fans, and some people that move in the gray area with both. But I hope that a lot of people don't give up on this team and give the Bucks a chance to kind of right their wrongs. We acquired quite a bit within this move of moving Giannis to the Miami Heat, and in the midst of doing that, the really good thing that happened is we caused chaos and confusion within the Boston Celtics organization and dissension in the ranks. That's one positive that I can say is that the with all this Giannis stuff and them trying to get Giannis, we completely obliterated the Celtics locker room now. So they're gonna have to trade Jaylen Brown. That's one of the fringe benefits of this whole situation. Is it looks like Boston is gonna be affected by it as well. Yeah, shout out to you, no strays. But friends and family, what's good? Bucks Nation, what's good? Hey, Queens of the chat channel members, Discord members, what's good? Are some of I know some of y'all are happy, some of y'all are sad, but do you guys know that this really needed to happen? We just needed to move on, and I think some people might have said we moved on too late, but I don't feel that way. I think this was perfect timing for us to rebuild. We're getting a couple picks and a loaded draft, and the Bucks are up in one more pick. So it's the 8th pick was in. They got Kingston Fleming. Let me put that on the field on the screen while we talking, y'all. Hold on one second. So right now, ESPN, the 8th pick was selected with Kingston Fleming. Now we have the Dallas Mavericks, and then we got the Milwaukee Bucks. So let's see what's cracking. Friends and family, how you feeling though? I'm really proud that we got a chance to watch a player like Giannis grow within Milwaukee, a small market, and turn it from a project into a superstar and arguably the best player in the league for a certain amount of time. We have to appreciate that. We shouldn't get mad. We shouldn't get mad. We should appreciate the time that he spent with us and what he did for this entire community. We got the Deer District. We got a new arena. We got a damn near whole brand new downtown to accommodate the traffic that Giannis Antetokounmpo was bringing to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's not forget, give that man his flowers. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. He made mistakes and PR decisions that were probably not the best, but what he never did, and a lot of other stars did, was not give. It was he always gave us 100% on that basketball court. He always gave the Milwaukee Bucks fans 100%. He never went half. Always full throttle, and we appreciate that in the superstar that Giannis was. Hard work, dedication. That's what we talking about here. Let's just let Giannis had to go. It's cool, but he gave us everything. What else could he have given us, y'all? What else did y'all want this man to do? And we got to take in consideration. I'm not, the lower extremity injuries, how injury prone Giannis has been. I think we got a fair deal considering both ways. Giannis being over 30, the lower extremity injuries, and we still got a solid haul. And me doing the math, if you guys are looking at those picks that we got, those 2030 picks, and we'll get into that in a moment, is that the positive is probably by that time Giannis will be retired and the Heat should be on a downturn. So those picks could end up being actually really valuable. They could actually be very valuable. Oh, y'all. Hey, Jeff Riley call it in, y'all. Jeff Riley call it in, y'all. So just give you a little bit to get through this. Jeff, I'm going to tap you in a minute after the Bucks make their number 10th pick. I'm going to tap you in, but shout out to Jeff. I know Jeff really feel a way about everything that happened today, but salute, Jeff. Appreciate you tapping in. All right, y'all. So the Bucks pick is up. Let's see what happens. We got number 9 in, Morez Johnson Jr. for the Dallas Mavericks. And now the team that matters most, the Milwaukee Bucks, are on the clock. Let's get it cracking. Damn, Giannis. Hey, you know what, y'all? Y'all got to look at... y'all got to kind of look at the Giannis situation a little bit more like in depth. And like, he loved this city. He loved being here. I just don't think that he wanted to be like playing for the Bucks anymore. If he could live here and play for another team, I think he would have done that. I just think that the relationship just expired. You know what I'm saying? And he was looking for bigger and better things at the back half of his career. Sometimes you gotta lose things you love to chase what you're supposed to have. Let me repeat myself. Sometimes you have to lose the things you love to chase what you're supposed to have. Please don't let those bars go over your head. That's in real life right there. Don't let them bars go over your head. But let me tap in friends and family here before we get into it. Y'all already tapping in. Let's get to it. Tap in Jeff. Gonna tap in Dr. Smith. Good to have you in the building as well. So let's get to it. Dr. Smith, what's good? Hey, what up, Jeff? What's good? What's good?
What's happening?
Hey.
Let me say my piece real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
This will be my last time on Bucks Talk. I'll be back for Packers Talk, but no Bucks.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
But I'm pissed at the NBA, media, and the Bucks.
Okay.
I'm sick of the BS that the NBA has been giving the Bucks since Giannis had been drafted. If I was a Giannis fan, I would want him on my Spurs. But the Bucks is my home team.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of the BS that they've been given. That's why I'm done with the NBA. I'm tired of it.
It's a hard feeling right now, right?
And I'm tired of. And Horst, he lied. He said he will not budge from his asking price of 2 to 3 young blue chip star quality players plus 2 to 3 filler salary cap filler role players and 5 to 6 first round picks. Did he get that? No.
No.
He caved.
I agree.
He caved. That's why I'm tired. I'm done with the Bucks because I'm tired of what Horst.
Can I ask
Haslam
you a
and
question though,
English
Jeff?
is
Do you
doing.
think any team was going to provide all of that? That's going to get 5 to 6?
Also, no, because Horst said if he don't get what he wants, there will not be a Giannis trade.
And
But
I
he
think that
caved.
would have been. I think that would have been a mistake.
Agreed. I think that was the best offer that we could have gotten. Like if Giannis was a little younger and he didn't have the injury history, then you'd have a little bit more of a leg to stand on, and that's the leverage that was used against the Bucks. If you look at Giannis's past injury history and age, that's why it is what it is. Jeff. If you own a team and you see Giannis, right, and you're gonna pay this person the max, right, and you see that how injury prone they've been, not available for the playoffs, are you going to give everything for taking those risks? You not. You just not. You got to take the fan hat off a little bit and put on the business individual suit. You get what I'm saying, Jeff? If you look at it that way, if you put yourself in Pat Riley's shoes or any other GM, are you gonna give 5 to 6 first round picks, 2 blue chippers, and salary cap relief for Giannis that's over 30? I mean, you got to be realistic too, and going through this. You know what I'm saying? You got to be realistic too. Like, there's no way that I would have loved for us to get that. We would have fleeced someone. And I think just like somebody said in one of the lives, I can't remember if it was BShack or Jay Lewis. Just because one GM is stupid doesn't mean the rest of them are stupid. And people have learned from those giving away too many draft picks to get Kawhi Leonard and these Paul Georges. And I don't think and the last one was Rudy Gobert. Those were exceptions to the rule and not the norm. And I think with the media smear campaign and then Giannis's injury history, it did drive the price down a bit. It drove the price down.
Is Rudy Gobert, Desmond Bane, and Mikal Bridges in the same level as Giannis? No. Mikal Bridges got 5 first round picks. Gobert got 5 first round picks. Desmond Bane got 4.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add a?
Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
I think that's why the price of the brick today is what it is.
Thank you.
Things like that. It's because people saw those things like that. So Orlando mortgaged their future, essentially. They pulled a Milwaukee. They mortgaged their future for Desmond Bane and got knocked out of the first round. And so, and there's no clear future for them. Right?
Correct.
So you have a bunch of teams that are above them in clout and status, in quality and talent. You got New York, you got Cleveland, you got Detroit. Orlando didn't gain ground, and they lost the tools that they needed to gain ground. You know what I mean? The other picks that you name, that causes the cost of the brick to fluctuate, right? People see these kinds of things, right? And they're like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. You know, salute, brother. I haven't met you before, but salute.
So what up, Ryan? Appreciate you tapping in. Salute, Ryan.
Smith. How you doing, Mr. Smith?
Appreciate you. Oh, okay, yeah.
Appreciate
Okay,
you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
To the deal too.
What you said? What?
We got fleeced because he added Bobby into the deal and didn't get anything more.
Hold on. We don't even want Bobby on the team. Why are we asking for more for it? Jeff, you gotta. That was addition by subtraction. We got that salary off our books along with Giannis. That helps balance out a little bit of the Dame wave and stretch. We got. Let's see here. We got a draft. We got the number 13 pick this year, right, Jeff? Then we got, because this is just what it is now, Jeff. We can't it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Let me get this exact stuff here. Give me a second. So we got The first round pick 2031, 2033. We got the number 13 pick, and then a 2030 pick swap, and then a second round pick in 2033.
Did we just pick up
The
Braden
pick
Burries?
swap
Is
is
that
not
what
going to be
just
worth
happened?
anything.
Hold on 1 second. Well, let me see what we just got. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Braden Burries.
Okay, I'm just
That's
waiting
what
for.
we got. It's official. I'm too far away.
Yeah, Braden Burries. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Another guard, 6'4" guard, Braden Burries, played for Arizona. They said the strengths are Burries, a well-rounded combo guard and solid shooter who plays both ends of the floor and rebounds his position well. He can create for himself and teammates in a range of secondary actions. His multiple strengths give him several pathways to NBA success. They said the weaknesses is Burries is the oldest freshman in the draft and an average athlete for his position. He's not a naturally gifted point guard and is undersized for a wing. His appeal centers more on his immediate, well-rounded game than high-end projection.
I feel like he can be taught, though. What's the program that he came from?
Arizona. Yeah.
Right. So for me right now, I don't know how anyone else feels. I'm definitely wanting to hear feedback from the panel and whatnot. But for me, I want guys who can be taught, right? So
Right.
I was sitting listening to people fall into all kind of coping mechanisms because we didn't pick up the Boston deal. I get it though. I get it. I'm gonna be a little kind of subdued anyway because my favorite player is gone.
Right.
And there's no way to make that feel better, right?
I agree.
I don't want to trigger anybody who's actually ever going through this in real life, right? But it's like watching like a terminally ill family member.
Right.
Every time you go to the doctor's office, right? It's the doctor is prescribing treatments that aren't going to save the patient. It's just going to give you maybe 2 more months, maybe 3 more months. But it's already written at this point. You know what I mean? If we can make it just to the next summer, just to Errol's graduation. If you could make it to the graduation, we good. Like, you know what I mean? You could leave after that, please. But that's how I felt watching the Bucks, right? If you could just make it just this one more run, just this one more, and we're just slowly bleeding to death. We're just slowly dying, man. 30 games. You've said it a billion times now on this live. 30 games last year that we lost by 30 points or more. That was with Giannis on the roster. We got flatlined left and right. We just routinely getting whipped in the street in front of everybody, in front of the whole neighborhood.
Facts.
Just getting beat up all the time, man. Say again, Jeff?
Hold on a second, Jeff. Hold on. You had some go ahead, Jeff.
Giannis was on the bench hurt during those 30 games that they lost by 30.
But that's part of the problem, though, right?
The problem you're not seeing, Jeff. You a little blinded here, Jeff. I want to help you here. The thing is, we were losing when Giannis was playing. The problem that's been the last 2 or 3 years, to keep it a buck with you, Jeff. I'm a Giannis fan like you are, but I gotta be a realist. Giannis was, even though he was getting the numbers, the impact was no longer the same in the game. Before, there was a time where Giannis could carry the team and win by himself and go out and get 60 and 70 point, whatever he needed to do. He no longer has that gear. He can still get you that 20 to 30, but it's not going to be as dominant as it once was. We had him this year enough games where we could have at least been in a play-in. We were not winning with Giannis. We just weren't winning anymore. His impact was no longer the same.
You understand too. Look who we had as coach.
I feel you.
That's a part of the problem too.
The two. That's part. I feel you on that. I feel you.
I think the elephant in the room was just that he had the 1 year left on his deal. That was the big deal. And if he didn't say that he was going to sign an extension, all he had to do was just say he was going to sign it, and he wouldn't be traded. I mean, it was really just that simple. If Giannis said, because I'm sure they went to him before they made this trade, as much as he mean to Milwaukee, as much as he mean to the team, I'm sure they asked him one last time before they made that trade. Maybe not him, maybe his representation. They made a call. I know Jon Horst loved Giannis, just like the whole city loved Giannis. I'm sure that they made that call and said, brother, we got this trade in place. We're about to pull the trigger. We're going to ask you one more time. I'm sure this is how it went. Do you want the 4 year 275? And his people probably said no. I mean, we can't look past that. We can't act like that's not happening. You know, Giannis don't want to be with the Bucks anymore, and that's just what it
that
is.
was his
I
choice.
mean,
Yeah, that's what he was ready to move on.
Milwaukee not giving him away. He walking away from us.
Correct.
We're not walking away from him. He walking away from us. And I know it don't seem that way because the media is trying to make it train to make it look like the Bucks didn't put him in place to win championships when we won a championship. We made the Drew Holiday trade. We made the Damian Lillard trade. We made the PJ Tucker trade. We signed the brothers. We fired the coaches. I mean,
what else
could we do? What else could they do for him? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, you know, I thought he was one of them type of players who would go through a small rebuild and build his legacy, you know, and maybe catch a championship on the back end, and then that's his legacy. You know, I mean, because I felt like we could have did that. I mean, if we could keep if we could have kept this thing afloat for the next 2 or 3 years, you know, until we could get some picks back, you know, and, you know, just to make up some of the ground that we lost in some of those trades. And I know the Damian Lillard thing hurt, but that all came from Giannis putting pressure on the organization that shouldn't have been there in the first place. If he had just had patience, a little bit more patience, I think things would have played out a little bit more smoother. Now Jon Horst don't go out and make a desperation Damian Lillard trade. We shouldn't have never traded for Damian Lillard. I get it, but at the time, we should have looked at that landscape and we should have I'm not saying that we should have kept Drew. We probably should have just went in another direction with a younger star who was more healthier than a 34-year-old Damian Lillard that we waited and traded to him. Like, we getting Dame at 28, 29. Even that Dame is still a better Dame than what we got. We got a Dame that's going through divorce. See, the Bucks didn't do their homework. You know, because he was going through a divorce, and he said that on the interview back here like last week. He was saying, you know, a lot of that was on his mind. A lot of that was, you know, his divorce and his kids and being away from his family. You know, like, we had a disgruntled player, and on top of that, he didn't want to be in Milwaukee. So, I mean, why trade for a guy like that? I mean, you mortgaged your future to get him, but that was only because Giannis asked for that. I don't think Jon Horst wanted to go get Damian Lillard. I just think he did that out of desperation, knowing that. And I mean, at the time, it looked like it would work if you get a healthy Middleton and you get Dame healthy and you got Giannis, that would have, you know, that should have hit, you know, but it didn't. And I mean, you know, injury derailed it. But here we go again. We get to the summer, and now you cut Dame, and now you got $20 million just sitting on your books. That could be 2 players. That could be 2 role players. That could be 1 good player. We can't even get them because we trying to make Giannis happy because he don't want to go through a gap year. We should still have Dame on this team, and this should really be his last year. Giannis didn't want to go through the gap year. He wanted to compete. I understand that.
Right.
He wants to compete. He didn't want to go through a gap year, but he should have took the gap year. We should have let Dame got to this last year, his deal, and we should have played it out. We would not be in this situation. We could have then traded Dame in the leg, probably back to Portland or wherever he wanted to go, and maybe got a pick or 2 out of that. And that way we wouldn't have, you know, I mean, we could have made up some type of ground. We don't have $20 million just sitting on our books for no reason.
But again, that's knee-jerk that's knee-jerk reaction. And I think as accountable as people are holding Giannis, Horst needs to be held as much accountable as Giannis for making these knee-jerk reactions, because he is the GM. He is the final say. And he really should no longer be our GM, to keep it real. But I've always felt like that, though. I've always felt like that.
But let me ask you this though. But if Giannis is making this call, like, do you disgruntle Giannis and say no?
No,
because you know how he is. You know how he is. So if he just say he go to John and say, hey John, I want Damian, and John is like, no, we can't. I don't feel like mortgaging the future right now, Giannis. We need to look at something else, something different. And then you say, then what's Giannis going to say to that? Well, hey, I'm out of here. And so now you playing that game with, see, he's putting a lot of unwanted pressure on John that he really didn't need to have. I mean, because that's the game that they were really just playing. He was playing the power game. And I mean, it kind of backfired on him. And I'm just not saying Dame I don't want to just say Dame wasn't worth it. He was worth the trade because that's a top 75 player. Let me take that back. He was worth the trade. I just think Damian at 34 wasn't worth the trade. So I just, at that time, I think Donovan Mitchell was available. I thought we should have pivoted and went Donovan instead of Damian. I think that would have been a more younger guy, a more person that fit with Giannis, ball handler, score that he really needed. And, Donovan been pretty healthy here lately too. So, he would have at least been available, and that's been part of the problem here the last 4 or 5 years. But I just don't see. I get Jon Horst is a big part of this. He's definitely a 45-50% blame in this. But I just think that he had a lot of unwanted pressure on him that he shouldn't have had. Just from his star player, and he don't know. Do I keep my star player happy in this small market because I don't want to lose him? Because if I say he can't have this, and then the next thing he's saying is I want out. So now how do I deal with that? Do I go get Damian Lillard or do I tell him no? So I don't know kind of what Jon Horst is supposed to do in a situation like that.
Hold on 1 second before you give your retort, Dr. Smith. Let me just get the super chat from James. Appreciate you, James, with $10 super chat. Giannis is to blame for Giannis. He could have squashed all of this at any time. This is a business, and you should never keep an employee that publicly doesn't want to work for you. Facts. Salute to very well put. Salute to James. Appreciate you. Salute to the channel members. Go ahead, Dr. Smith. I'll tap y'all in a minute, too. I know some people in the green room. Just give me a minute. We cooking for a second. But go ahead, Dr. Smith.
I just think all of this is all of what we just went through are data points that you can collect for how to run your organization in the future, right? For me, my takeaway now that Giannis has moved on, and I'm never going to disrespect him, one championship in 50 years was because of him, right? That's what I found myself thinking about, all the little side stories that you heard about Giannis, right? And there's so much money. I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about those kinds of things. And the things that I really like about sports, man, this dude was sending so much money home, he didn't even have money to get down to the stadium and had to run to the stadium. And someone ended up giving him a lift to the stadium. Like that's a story. That's a moment in time. Like, you know what I mean? That Milwaukee helped to breed one of the 10 or 15 best players I've ever seen, and no one saw it coming.
Right.
It's not like he was hailed as this big masterpiece player. He came and became that in Milwaukee. Much of the credit is for him, right? Because he had to go in the gym. He had to work on his game, work on his body, right? You know what I mean? But the point that I was trying to make before was all that we just went through is exactly why you don't let a player at the controls.
Correct.
Right? Because the player will then start advocating for coaches that might not fit your scheme.
And you're mortgaging your future to make someone happy and put you in a predicament when this person just leaves, you have nothing to fall back on. We put all of our eggs in one basket. Again, that's not Giannis' fault. Giannis is supposed to try to get the best possible talent for him to be successful, but it's up to the GM to make sure those are reasonable asks. Sometimes it's just not a reasonable ask. You get all types of asks when you in leadership. I have to say this isn't reasonable for this, and that reason, and that's just it. And then you move on.
If you're a parent, you got, for those of us who have children, right? Your children are going to come and ask you for all kind of crazy things sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes it's a yes. You want a peaceful home and you want to see your children happy. And sometimes you like, you out of here, get out of my face. Like, you know what I mean? Go beat it. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's so crazy. You go talk to your mother. I don't even want to look at you right now. And sometimes it's like that. I think it's entirely possible for there to have been very understandable choices that were made, but wrong choices that were made. And I think right now you can see in the autopsy of all of this, the series of events that led us to this place, which is why I feel like you do turn the page now to reassume control of your franchise, right? So there needs to be a recalibration of expectations.
This was a mutual separation. It wasn't a divorce. This was a mutual separation.
Oh, yeah.
It
that we
just
all saw coming. We
yeah, that's
all
what I'm
saw it
saying. I
coming,
don't
and
understand the
we're very
outrage.
yeah, because it just happened to, right?
Yeah,
So the mind and the mind and the heart are rarely in the same room, right?
that's
So this
fair.
is like one
That's a good. That's a
place.
nice one. I like that.
You know what I mean? It's very emotional. Like I said, I'm
Mm,
bummed out, and I saw this coming.
mm.
I'm bummed out. He's my favorite player in basketball and has been
Same.
for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm from Queens and I'm a Milwaukee fan. This would have been the time to be a New York fan,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? That
Oh
we
yeah.
took over the city. Took over the city. I've never seen anything like that in my city or anywhere else. Now's the time to be a New York fan, but I'm here with the Bucks. And Giannis was one of the main reasons that I
Yeah.
came over because I loved the way that he played. I loved his story. I loved everything about the dude, and he's gone now, right? And so there's emotion tied up in
No,
that.
I
And
agree.
I'm not going with him to Miami. I'm here, like you know what I
Right.
mean. This is the
We want you to
I'm
do
at.
well in Miami, but you know this is Bucks Nation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, nah,
uh,
we ain't trying to
right.
see him win.
All right, hold on
You know
one
what I mean?
second, y'all. The homie 78. Oh, 78. Appreciate the $20 super chat. The more I look at the trade, I'm not mad no more. It's like losing your first chick. I'm about to find out what these young hoes do. Laughing out loud. Salute Bucks Nation. What's wrong with you, 78? What's wrong with you, bro? Salute to the general. He's so wild, bro. He is so wild. Hold on, I want to let Jeff retort because I'm going to cycle somebody else in. But, Jeff, how do you feel about everything? We're going to get back to you, Dr. Smith. Jeff, how you feel about what's been said?
Okay, I'm going to pivot a little bit. I can see where a lot of people are coming from with how being mad they are. They're seeing what's on the horizon because they know how bad Jimmy Haslam is as an owner, how he's ran the Cleveland Browns into the ground. He's going to do that to the Bucks. The five-star forum is going to be just like the Bradley Center, empty.
We hope not.
We hope. I don't think that's going to happen.
Without a star or a superstar player for people to come and see, the Bradley Center's the five-star is going to be empty.
We're going through a transitional period. We're going through a transitional period. I agree.
That's everybody's saying it's going to be a long, long time.
That's what they say, but that's just what. But that's what they say. That's not what we say. That's what they say over there. That's not what we saying. You see what I'm saying, Jeff? I don't care, but I don't care what they say or no, Jeff, because I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I'm paying for season tickets. I've been paying for season tickets. Giannis ain't there no more. I'm still paying for my season tickets because I support the Milwaukee Bucks. I was born in Milwaukee. I am North Side through and through. I will support this team. If it's fair weather fans, let them do what they do. We gonna still be here. That's the thing with being a fan. You have the freedom to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
But they see that Jimmy Haslam is going to destroy the team.
We'll see what happens, Jeff. I don't feel like I just don't feel. I don't see anybody that's rich, that got rich, that's gonna be stupid enough to mess off that much money, Jeff.
Wait a minute, wait. And for all defense for Jimmy Haslam now, I think the Browns done had like 4 winning seasons in like the last 25 years. Jimmy Haslam has been able to keep them in. One thing I can say about him, he know how to run a Midwest team. For as sorry as the Browns have been, you would have thought they'd have been left Cleveland. He's been able to keep them in Cleveland, so that's a good thing. So he is a Midwest owner, so I don't think that the Bucks would be on the move if things didn't go right. But I say that to say with the package that we got, I think we got competitive players. We could still be a 6 or 5th or 6 or 7, maybe a play-in team with the guys that we got now. I mean, with Herro, if we keep Turner, I mean, we still got Gene that's developing.
We in the East,
he was
though.
an all-star last year.
We in the East. We just need to win a certain amount of games. We win 40 games. We in the playoffs.
We in the playoffs. So that's what I'm saying. We got a competitive roster. I mean,
and we got a better coach now. We got a better coach.
And I mean, and we got a lot of picks. So I mean, we can still now we can go make moves, and we under the cap. We're not a apron team. We have all these advantages. All of the mid-level exceptions, the biannuals, all those exceptions are back open to us now. We can go sign players. I know we probably won't get the best of the best, but
Right.
somebody gonna take a payday because
Right.
now with the CBA, guys have to bust. Everybody can't get on one team because there's only so much money
Right.
being dealt out. So with the Bucks, I mean, that goes back to the extension for Rollins, and if you want to bring back KPJ, you can bring some talent back, and then you got all the Miami
I
role players.
don't think KPJ will be coming back. I mean, we
Yeah,
got
it's
all these,
probably
and
not.
then
Yeah,
we just drafted
yeah.
this guard.
We drafted
I'm under
Burris.
the
Yeah, it's probably
assumption
over.
that
It's
KPJ is
over.
not coming back. Yeah, I think it's over with KPJ.
It's
I
over.
think this dude
It's
that we
probably over.
drafted is kind of the heir apparent with him and Rollins. You know what I'm saying? And then Cormac
Only-
Ryan.
Wait. Maybe if he pick up his option now, if the market just ain't what he think it, which I think
Nah,
somebody gonna give him more
they
than
gonna give
$5
him the
million.
money. Yeah, they gonna
They
give him more than
more
five,
than
the
$5
$5
million.
million. Yeah, I
He
think
may
he's
end
gone.
up in Miami. You know, he may end up in Miami.
No, I
You know,
agree.
who knows?
Yeah.
I can see him going
Yeah,
there.
I definitely could see that. Hey, Jeff, let me
I can
just
see
tap
that.
in a couple people real quick, and I'm gonna bring you back on here in a minute, Jeff.
All right.
All right. Shout out to
Salute,
Jeff.
Salute.
All right, Jeff.
Hold on 1 second. Let me tap in Gibson. Then we gonna get passing here in a minute. What? Damn, Gibson, you close as hell to the camera. Hold on, fall back a little. There we go. There we go. All right, hold on, Gibbs. Before you get into it, I just wanted to get you here. I wanted Dr. Smith to finish his thoughts. Then we'll go to you, Ryan. Then we'll go to Barack Bahamas. So after everything is being said, Jeff's retort, how do you feel about everything? Still waiting on this 13th pick as well.
How do I feel about
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah.
I understand. I understand the people who are very frustrated right now, particularly people who are from Milwaukee, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And because you guys have a history with the team that I don't, right? So in this way, I'm a little bit of an outsider. You guys went through like some really, really lean, rough times. And I know a lot of people
Damn, that was a good business word. Lean. I like that. I can incorporate that in
you know
some
what I mean?
meetings.
And I get it. I get it. You know, my lean times was with New York. And for me, what I was upset at with New York years ago, right?
Mhm.
Was that it didn't seem to be a clear end in sight. You know what I mean? No one wants to lose, right? So anybody that says that they're okay with their team losing is just, I can't relate to those type of people, right? But is there a clear end in sight? Is there a reason that we're losing, and is there a solution that we can see in the near future? And Milwaukee was starting to get like that. Like we had no picks whatsoever, right? We had no picks. We had the situation that was just not getting better. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the team, this poorly built team, this team that we thought would be better than it was. I think a lot of us got it wrong. I'm putting my hand up. I'm not going to throw
Same.
anybody under the bus, right? But I was looking at some of the one-dimensional players that we had, and they could fit around Giannis, and maybe we could just get our faces caved in with a shovel. That's all that happened the entire year. Giannis was able to play maybe 10 games before he was out. And without that centerpiece linking all of these spare parts together, that's what the team was. It was just a collection of spare parts. And without that central piece, these guys were just out there doing stuff, right? Losing by 30 points on a regular basis. You just breathing air, right? I was in Texas. You guys remember? I'm sitting there. This is when I was on site in Texas, elsewhere, and we sitting there. And I was watching the game with you. I was so damn frustrated. I thought I got a no complaint, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
On this live,
Right.
losing it when we were losing to teams like Brooklyn, when we were losing
All
to
right.
teams like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no clear end in sight, and it's all frustrating, right? So I don't know. Like, there are people who are saying, well, we could have got a better deal. I think if we're trying to be as reasonable as possible, I don't know that for sure because I don't know what deals were.
1 second, Dr. Smith. The number 13th pick has come in and is Nate Ament. I think this is the person that Pass was talking about heavily as well. 6'10" wing. So we got the wing. Oh, that's not it? Okay. My bad. I'll let you clear your name. Okay. I'll let you clear your name.
He was mocked to come to us as well.
Okay.
So we got to like fairly like consensus picks.
Right.
Which for me as a Packer fan, how often does that happen where you're like, oh yeah, all right, yeah. You know what I mean? There was no clear end in sight. It was a poorly built team. So for me, like I said, all of these things are data points on what not to do. I, as a fan, can't speak on anybody else's scales is tripping. I want to make sure I'm keeping my. He's wilding right now. He's mad right now. I get it. I don't want to build around a player in the near future. I think eventually we'll have to get back to that, but I think the problem with us is that we had no clear system. And for me, I want system. Go out and get the players that will fit your system. I think it's easier to replace parts when they get injured when the system is the focus. When you
Correct.
start getting players around a central player, and then that same player is gone, and Giannis was starting to look like Giannis Middleton here. Let's just be for real. I saw a lot of his tracksuits. I saw that he only had like maybe 5 or 6 of them Johns. His money was going elsewhere. It wasn't going on the tracksuits because I kept seeing the same one over and over and over again. Now, how do I know that? Because he was always in them things. And this is now for the last couple of years. That's not a shot. That's reality. He plays an extremely violent style of basketball. It's
Right.
exciting. It's electric. We all love it. But he was breaking down. And he wasn't giving himself a lot of time
To
heal and replenish. He wasn't talking to Tom
Facts,
Brady.
Dr. Smith.
You know what I'm saying? He's playing for Greece and he's just going. And we all love it, but it broke. And we were a party to that. We broke the machine. So now, the machine's broken. We didn't build a system where that machine fits in. We tried to build a system around the machine. Machine's gone. And now we're just out there doing stuff. I personally, as a fan, I don't want to see that.
Right.
I don't have any playoff expectations next year because the biggest thing that I want to see is the implementation
Of
of
a
a
system.
system that
Thank
can grow
you.
in the future. I don't want anybody. I want all the guys on the team to be aligned in age, right? So that you can grow together at the same time. So even if you don't get it immediately one year, everyone is starting to make their mistakes and then it's all going to start clicking at the same time. I want to see the competency and growth and development, the same type of growth and development that I expect from my Packers. I wanted to start seeing it with the Bucks. Growth and development, right? That's what I'm mainly looking for. So that eventually these people who love OKC and are saying, all right, well, where did these players come from and whatnot?
All right.
Yes, these players were big time players in college, but they were allowed to grow together. We have an opportunity to, whatever you may feel about Taylor Jenkins, I guarantee you he's not Doc Rivers.
Facts.
Right? So at the bare minimum, we have a coach who can now has the opportunity to build a system. Go get the players that will fill your system. Don't assume that all of the moves that we're done making moves. There are players that you can flip. I don't know that Miles Turner is going to stay.
Right.
I don't know if I want Miles Turner
To stay. Right.
So you know what I mean? And so if you can move him on and get more picks, then you have the picks and the opportunity to build the foundation that you didn't have. We didn't have a foundation.
Right.
We had a star in the foundation. Now we have a foundation and no stars. So yeah, it's still gonna be like we're not the Knicks.
Right.
Fellas, family. We're not, right? We're not Cleveland. We're not Detroit. We're none of those teams, right? But we have an opportunity to go back and stop the nonsense that we have been doing, which is holding on to a terminally ill patient. It's over. And I'm sad about it too. It's over, right? Start from scratch.
Correct.
Otherwise, we keep making mistakes. We go out and get a Jaylen Brown who's not that much. Like, how old is Jaylen Brown?
30 something too. Hold on 1 second. I think he's 31. I think
No,
he's
he's
30.
29.
20.
No, he's 29.
Okay, 29. Hold on 1 second. King Kwame, appreciate the 4.99 super chat. No strays. Horst was playing Brad Stevenson from the jump. Now y'all got the trade. JB shaking my head. Every offseason, y'all got this man name and some mess. Facts. Salute, King Kwame. Go ahead. And then we go get to you, Gibson. Seems like your internet messing up a little bit, Gibson. But go ahead, Dr. Smith.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tap out.
Okay.
I know a lot of people want the spot to vent emote. Look, I get it. Like I said, y'all are my adopted fans.
Right.
I'm certainly not
Same.
gonna come in and tell people who've been Milwaukee fans longer than me how to feel about it. It's rough right now. It's raw. All I would say is we have an opportunity to go about things the right
Right
way, in
way.
a way
Yep.
that we're not going about it before, right? We as we all love Giannis. We were all there. I'm guilty of it too. So this is not me pointing the finger. This is me. Oh, we can go and get this player and that player. The Damian Lillard move was not the right move. It seemed right at the time. Hindsight proved differently.
Right.
Right. You know what I see with some of the teams that are able to compete. You know why there's all of this parity in the East, parity in basketball. Period. Right. Is that these teams all went through something similar. They hit the reset button. They went back to the drawing board and they started building their team from scratch. Detroit built their team from scratch. Pacers a couple of years ago built their team from scratch. OKC, San Antonio. Now it's our turn. Just have the patience to go through the process. And that's not to say that they're going to get it 100% right, but I do feel like we are no longer handcuffed by the need to make a superstar. And I understand it, but we're not handcuffed by the need to make him happy anymore. Y'all, we put the man's youngest brother on the team
Right.
when no one else in the league would even pick him up.
Facts.
That's what it got to. We were up here twerking for this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that Giannis was like taking the situation for granted and all the rest of it. That's what we were doing of our own free will. We were up there twerking. Enough of that. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite Packer.
Right.
So for me, this is a very similar field. And when he left, I was not the person to talk to. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But you gain control of your franchise and it will get better. It may not get better right away, but it does get better. That's all. Salute. Feel how you're going to feel about it. The healing starts with you. Salute, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Scales, don't wild too much. I know you wild.
All right, hey, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into the actual picks. We get past up in here. But hold on a second, Dr. Smith. Go ahead, Gibson, Barack, Bahamas. You on the clock, brother? What's good? How you feel about everything that you've seen or heard today so far? We had an emotional rant from Jeff Riley. We had the voice of reason as usual, Dr. Smith, and we just had my boy Ryan just dropping straight jibs. So how you feel about everything you done heard so far, Gibson?
Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the beloved city of Milwaukee. Salute to you, Amber. Salute to your guests and salute to Mr. Smith. Amber, it has been a while. I have been busy. We had election going on. I was a part of that.
Okay.
I was in and out of the lineup. I was collecting artifacts. Amber, I wanted to talk, but I was waiting for Mr. Smith to finish off. And I said today was I was rookie, I said, you know what? I am tuning. When I see you post the content, I say I am going to be a special guest tonight in this chat. I am going to be a special guest.
Go ahead, Gibson.
Amber, the massacre, the drama is finally over. It is over. It is finished. The holding the team hostage has finally been gone. The one who bring all his brothers to the team, holding the team hostage, not participating with the team during the off season in the summer.
Get him, Gibson.
That is finally over. The Miami Heat did the Milwaukee Bucks a tremendous favor by giving them those 4 players and those pick and allowed the Milwaukee Bucks to have the number 13 pick. We want to salute the Miami Heat organization. And Giannis, we want to thank you for what you have done for the city. We appreciate you. We wish you well wishes over there in South Beach, which and we know that you is a coward. You don't face competition, you run from it. We can say that. We ain't gonna let that go. Because
damn, Gibson. All of that for all of that for a rabbit punch. All of that positive talking and a rabbit punch.
They will never walk in the shoes that Michael Jordan wear. Why? Jordan never called Larry Bird and said, I want to team up with you. No, he never run from the competition. So why is it Giannis give 13 years of Milwaukee, all of a sudden you want out to go play in South Beach? That's a coward move. I don't accept that more. Well, we wish you the best, Amber. So let's focus on what we got in return. We got Tyler Herro, Callawell, Jaime Jaquez Jr. and the other guy. We appreciate that the team got more younger. I love it, Amber. I told you before on the platform in the middle of the season start, I was ready for the Bucks for the rebuild. I was down with that. I was ready for it, and it's finally happened. Once this team start clicking on the right cylinders, that what Mr. Smith says, Taylor Jenkins is not that Papa Clown that we hired. He's not him. This team is going to be right. And Amber, in the near future, that same fella would win the South Beach. He is going to have regrets, not now, but further down the line.
Right.
Because one, when you cannot have your way down there, you're gonna say, you know what? If I know I should have stayed in Milwaukee, but it could be already too late. The team, we don't need you no more because you showed us that you never wanted to be here anymore. And it, to me, as a fan, it is called a slap in the face to the fan
Hey,
base
Gibson is in his
and
bag.
to the organization, Amber. So that is a coward move he pulled off. He know he wasn't going to stay. So why string the thing along?
I agree with that now. That I wholeheartedly agree with. Wholeheartedly. Hey Ryan, there's plenty of people here. Let me tap you out for a minute, bro. Let me get past up in here, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
I would say, yeah, my spot too, right? Just to get
all right, hold
because
on.
I got.
Okay. Appreciate you, Dr. Smith. You could tap back in a little bit. Appreciate you. Salute. Hey, get the lights up for Dr. Smith, y'all. All right. Appreciate you, Dr. Smith.
Appreciate it.
Pastor Mendo.
Hold on. Let me bring in Jay Lewis. Hold
Why
on.
did we take him?
Hold on, Pass. I'm about to give you the floor. I just want Gibson was on a rant. I want him to finish his rant. Then we gonna go to you, Pass. Then we gonna go to Jay Lewis. Go ahead.
So Amber, he had the media dragging this team, dragging the team all along. Let the team go. You don't want to be here. Don't drag it all along for all the media to get involved. And then all of a sudden, you don't want to be in Milwaukee. You want to go to South Beach. That's a coward move, man. That's a coward move. That is called a coward move. Even when you still go play in Miami, when you come to.
Can I just ask a question, Gibson? How you give that man his flowers and then kick his back in on the way out?
No, Amber, no. Giannis crossed this team, get a national embarrassment. Why? You hold the team hostage because they didn't let you play. They said, you know, you're preserving you not to get injured. And you made up your mind from there. That was your last time in the Milwaukee Bucks uniform. You didn't have to put it out there for the public to criticize the thing. You could have come privately, closed doors. The media didn't need to know what is going on inside the Milwaukee Bucks organization. And which in that move, like what I said again, to give the floor to Pastor Mendo, we wish him the best, and Daniel, we wish him the very best. But I know one thing: when he come to Pfizer form, I will not be cheering for him. I will be booing him for showing up. I'm not cheering for him. He will get booed. Because why, Amber? That move that he did, it wasn't the right way to go about it. You got to do it with decency. Like when we go right here in the Bahamas, you could do it with decency and orderly in an orderly fashion. You could talk that behind closed door with the owners and the general manager and those like, but it didn't have to get it all over Facebook. You look at it, it broadcasting, it didn't look good, Amber. It left a bad taste in my mouth, and I wanted to come on the platform and express my feelings. But him, he's a coward. He's a coward.
All right, Gibson. There's so many people. Let me tap back in a minute, Gibson. Let me get Jay Lewis in. All right, go.
No problem.
Shout out, Gibson. Oh, Jay Lewis, let me tap you in. And now, without further ado, we got Bleacher Report down here. We got Pass, and we got Jay Lewis. Pass, I want a calm breakdown of our 2 draft picks and your thoughts of the pros and cons. Yeah, go ahead, Pass.
We drafted Nate Ament. He shot 43% from 2 at 6'10".
And Swain
went 2 picks later. You had a way better player right there. Look, shout out Burries. Burries is a good pick. I'll give him that.
Yes.
If he can get like where he's supposed to be, that's a Derek White
Right.
player you can get right next to Rollins. That's a good front court. Your backcourt is really looking pretty good with those two. What do you guys think Ament is, man? Whose idea was this? Was this Horst's idea? It has to be.
We've been projected to get Ament the whole time.
I'm happy it's at least not 10.
Right.
And you guys at least were a little bit smart to at least do 13. But even still, man.
What do you think about the 10th pick? What do you think about Burries?
He does a little bit of everything. He's a combo guard, so he'll do pretty much everything for you. This does question in with KPJ. Like
I think he's gone. Yeah, I think
he's gone now.
Yeah, he's gone.
So if you are keeping Herro, I think you should trade him because I know Detroit is interested in him.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get Ron Holland from that, I'll take it. It's better than something at least, and probably like a late first rounder. That's worth it. Everything else though, I don't know. I don't even care about Giannis anymore, man.
Look at this dude.
They traded your franchise legend for
that smear campaign. It was so much that was done to
They're going to suck him off like you've never seen because he's in Miami right now.
Oh yeah, he's getting every call. He's getting every call this year.
Duo of all time, like, hey, it'll be a great duo defensively. I don't see shit defensively. That team looks like ass.
This guy. Oh, pass.
I'm supposed to be. If I'm the East, if I'm the Knicks, I'm looking at Giannis, Bam, and Andrew Wiggins.
And Norman Powell.
Norman Powell's not even supposed to be there. They don't expect him to get traded. They don't expect him to be signed.
Well, then he'll be in the same position he was with the Bucks.
Taylor, whatever his name is, I wish we got him because he actually is a good player. Boston, you wouldn't even be in the situation if you guys were just not stupid and actually decided to trade your two good young players. They're not even that good. They're 4-point players. You wouldn't be in a situation.
I'm happy that this brought Boston out and got them exposed.
I could at least been happy for Giannis because he could have at least been at like a level of dynasty levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Him and Tatum, I trust Boston to do something. You really have to do this team. You couldn't even do the cool thing and go to the T-Wolves, go to the Wolves. You could do that.
Yeah, T-Wolves.
They were already on Anthony Edwards. They were like, oh yeah, he's disgruntled. As soon as he got traded, they're going to the next star.
Okay, so what up, Dre West? You said they Powell leaving the Heat. Okay, so then it doesn't really seem like an upgrade.
Davion Mitchell, you guys got it's an upgrade from where they are from being a perennial. Their upgrade is in the sense of you are now not going to the team that's always in the play-in.
Right.
So you will be a for sure playoff team. I don't know if you're still the best player. You're not the best team in the East, though.
Yeah, no, not at all. No, I agree. Okay, so Pass, you align with Scales then on these players, yeah.
No. The first player I'm big on. I do like him. He's a good player. If everything works out, that's a Derek White type of player that's perfect next to Rollins.
Okay. But that's what as soon as I saw that pick in my head, I'm like, oh, KPJ out of there. This is a full rebuild. This is like a full rebuild.
That man did not look happy to be here. He looks like he did not want to be in this team. Hey man, you gonna learn how you gonna respect this team. You gonna learn 4-1-4.
But the thing is though, with the trade though, is that with Keller Ware, that's somebody we wanted to draft anyway.
The problem with Ware is that his motor is so bad.
Okay.
And I don't know if I know Spo hated him because he would play him some games and the next game he'll play him like 1 minute.
Right.
So there's clearly something there. That's the reason why Spo hates him. Spo doesn't play about his role players especially. He'll make sure you're in shape. So that is a huge red flag to me. I don't really see him being anything maybe he can be like a decent
Serviceable,
role
yeah,
player.
serviceable
Yeah.
role player.
If you can get that, sure, I guess. But even still,
But I do think Tyler Herro needs to be gone no matter what. I don't see how he really benefits us on this current roster.
just trade him, please.
Trade him for a draft pick and maybe a young player, especially with Dang and all these players we got. Like, I just don't see it. Jay Lewis, how you feel about everything that's been said so far today, man? Everything's going on. Then we're gonna go to Bleacher. Hold on, you muted yourself, bro. You muted yourself. Let me see. All right, hold on. Let me let him. All right, we're trying to get the tech going. Hold on. We go get Jay Lewis. All right, to get your audio together, go ahead, Bleacher. While Jay get his audio together, go ahead, Bleacher.
All right. First off, I want to give respect to Giannis Antetokounmpo what he did for the Bucks. You know, the years he did, like you said, Emery, forget it. You know, give us flowers. You know, he got us a championship in 2021. All right, I'm done with that. However, this last 13 months have been hell. It's been literally hell trying to figure out why Ron's been acting the way he's been acting. And, you know, again, I said this a couple of years ago. I mean, not a couple of years. I said this like a couple of lives. I said that Giannis winning championship was a gift and a curse. It was a gift that he wanted, but it was a curse because what happened after it. How big-headed the man got after it and what he did after it. Yes, the injuries was just crazy. It's just a bad luck we have. Yeah, it's no excuse, really. You know, the players, the rosters, just damn near got almost every point I wanted to say, what I wanted to say. But after, you know, it just, you know, I'm sad when the trade happened. You knew it was coming. And I understand Jeff's upset about, you know, the me and everything. We get mad about me all we want. The problem was just the way that we let Giannis just run rampant of what he wanted to do with the roster. You know, and I can get on Jon Horst all day, you know. But the thing is, I never seen a man run a team yet without have to not listen to anybody. This is first time I saw this man have to run a team without even have no player input. This is your first time. And this is it. For him, this is it. If he don't get this turned around after this, he's gonna be fired.
Right.
Because I don't understand why, you know, we can get mad about the value of the picks. We traded him 2 years too late. He should have been traded 2 years ago, or at least. After he had that first thing talking about he wanted to leave, get rid of him then. You know, but I know and I understand because I mean Aaron Rodgers was the same thing because you got rid of him 3 years too late. You know, you gotta move on quickly when you know when the iron's hot. You know, and I know when you know, Bill Belichick used to always get rid of players year before they even got bad. Players got bad. You know, and I just think that the players, you know, coming in, the everything nucleus, get a system like Dr. Smith says that we need. It's nothing that we had. We'll just get the ball in Giannis. That was it. It was no set plays. It was always AU playing. How many times you go on this live, Amber? You said that we don't have no sets, no stair plays, no nothing. Just get the ball in Giannis. That was it. You know, and
the rebuild was needed. It was just time. It was just time. We just needed to go in a different direction. Giannis is looking to win. We're looking to rebuild. We're at we're at a fork in the road. He went right. We went left. It was just time. If Giannis would have stayed, we'd have just been kind of hovering where we at. Fringe playoff team, first, second round exit, rinse and repeat. You got to take a step or two back sometimes to go multiple steps forward. We have to reboot, and during the reboot, it takes a little time for the operating system. I got to go through its checks and make sure everything's straight. Then we're going to get into the operating system, but that takes time. Not everything is a microwave. Everybody wants everything to be a microwave where it's just right away to turn around. No, sometimes you got to crock pot it. That's why food tastes better when it's slow cooked than when you put it in a microwave. Things take time to cultivate, to mature. You have to let it happen. Rome wasn't built in a day. We might have got too high off the hog, used to during the Giannis era, all that winning we was doing. Y'all didn't go through the pain that was at the Bradley Center. You didn't go through that pain. Y'all don't know about the Mayday backcourt. Lee Mayberry and Todd Day going through that. Theodore Blue Edwards. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all been in the playoffs left and right. It's okay. We had a run. It happens. You just got, you got to fall back. You lost the pack. Now you got to double back. It happens. It happens. But just for you to quit because it got tough is crazy to me. That right there is crazy to me. You should, for me, if you go down, I want you to watch the come up. All I'm focusing on is the come up. That's all I'm focused on is the come up. I'm obsessed, tunnel vision with the come up. And that's the type of thing you need to be on, Jon Horst. Let me talk to you, son, real fast, right? Jon Horst, we all think you're a lame. We all think you don't know what you're doing. We think that you're a puppet. We don't think you deserve this position. We don't think highly of you in any regards, but besides finding random players as needle in the haystack, these
that.
truck drivers.
That's not
Yeah.
That's not his job.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna give him something. But besides that, we think you're worthless. Now with Giannis out the picture, we can't use that as a scape. You can't use him as a scapegoat that you're trying to make him happy. Now it's up to you to make the Bucks fans happy. What are you going to do, Jon Horst? Your career is on the clock. Let's go.
I'm already upset. What do you mean? You already messed up. He's already gone. You already messed up. It's only been one day. It shouldn't be this hard to mess up a draft pick when you know he's gotta be here.
Hey, try your audio again, Jay Lewis. See if your audio good. Hold on one second.
No way you should know.
No, it said you muted yourself. Hold on. I'm going to tap you out for a minute, Jay Lewis. Tap back in. I'm going to tap you out. Let me see if Scales in here now. All right. Hold on one second. Let me move these. Here we go. Let me get Scales in here real quick. Scales, your audio good? What good? What's good, Scales?
I think it's good. Am I good?
Yeah, you good. You good.
What's the word? What's the word?
I'm not the only one who's like, what is this man thinking with the Met, man? Even 13 is too high for him. What is this man doing?
I mean, y'all think I'm in the comment? You know, I troll in the comments
right.
before I come.
Right.
So I'm trolling with Giannis and all of that. But I'm with Paz because he proved my point. I said 2 months ago that Ament is a project, and you don't need any more projects in Milwaukee. Stop it. You got a roster full of projects now. The Miami Heat sent you all of their projects. So why are you drafting more projects, bro? Okay, the Burries kid.
Burries is solid. Burries.
Kid out of Arizona, I give you that. I'm with him. His trajectory is Derek White. His low ceiling is a rotation guard in the NBA.
Right.
Cool, I'll take that. Ament though, bro, he's 6'10" and he shot under 50% from the floor from 2.
Right, that's crazy.
There's only 2 upsides with him. It's that he gets to line a lot, but mind you, college is a lot different than NBA because the guys in college are a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
And the other thing is his shot is decent. You can see it becoming something. They're essentially thinking this is going to be your new Giannis. That's essentially what they're trying to do. The problem is that unlike the Giannis draft, this is actually a good draft, and you don't have to do this. You could have just took a decent pick. Swain went down 2 picks later.
And Power, let me give you some cheat code on the Giannis pick, though. We stole that pick from the Atlanta Hawks. Don Nelson Jr. called John Hammond and said, this kid that I just seen in Atlanta over the weekend, this African kid from Greece, that's who you need to take. Hammond, like, are you sure? Don Nelson Jr. said, hey, we wasn't wrong about Dirk. You better take this guy. That's the only reason Hammond took Giannis. We didn't even work Giannis out. We never even saw him. He went on Don Nelson Jr.'s word is how Giannis became a Buck. Jeff Teague just told the story like a month ago on the podcast. That's how Giannis became a Buck. I heard that story before, but Jeff Teague confirmed it for me on the podcast about a month ago.
I should have known better.
You know what I mean? Like that. So to think Ament is on the same trajectory as Giannis, no. Don Nelson Jr., who's a great at drafting European players and scouting European players since the 80s, him and his dad are GOATs at that. Nobody gave you that about Ament. So it's not the same thing. Like, don't I hate when that's my problem with this Giannis move to Miami. People like, oh, well, LeBron did it. Bro, this isn't the same kind of move that LeBron made to Miami. Like, stop it. Giannis isn't LeBron. LeBron went to the finals 10 times in his 22-year career. Giannis went once. Stop comparing people because you like them and you a fan to GOATs. Stop disrespecting LeBron by even bringing Giannis up in the conversation with him. We're going to stop there. Second of all, Cap, there was no CBA, no second apron when they put that Heatles team together. So Dwayne Wade and Bosh and Brian knew, oh, we can just go sign our friends. Any of our homeboys that's sitting at the crib, we can give them $1 million to come down here and play with us and get a championship. Well, guess what? You can't do that today.
Right.
That's my issue with this trade with Giannis. I'm not mad at the Bucks. I'm mad at him as a fan. It don't even got nothing to do with the team. I'm a Giannis Antetokounmpo fan.
Facts.
Right? If I want my favorite player to go somewhere, it's not to the Miami Heat, bro. You and Bam do the same thing.
Yeah.
Y'all the same player, bro. Literally, you're just taller than him. But y'all the same player, boss. You can't bring back Powell. They can't even afford Wiggins.
Right.
Who are you going to be playing with? Some G League dudes? Bro, you could have stayed here, bro. And I'm not even saying that I want him here. But I'm just saying as a decision-making. Boston, Minnesota. If there were other places you could have forced yourself to.
If it was but if that means he was making a basketball decision. He's making
a
the basketball decision. This was a business decision. Complete
I'm
business.
A basketball purist at heart, bro. I'm X and O's, bro. I don't care about the money, the market. Nike telling him he can sell more shoes in Miami. I don't care about none of that, bro. I care about X's and O's, boss.
Right. I feel you.
The roster that you just went to is not a championship roster.
So that means everything you said was a lie.
You didn't have a championship roster, and I conceded with you. You know what? You're right, Giannis. You just went somewhere that don't got one either. Don't have draft picks. They don't have money, capital, nothing. They're in the same position we're in.
They just in South Beach. That's the
difference. They got palm trees, bro.
They got palm trees.
They got palm trees, boss.
That's really the difference. I know we being facetious, but that's actually low-key true. Yeah, bro. Right.
Now, is Pat Riley a better GM than Homie? Of course. Is Spo a better coach than Jenkins? Of course. But what I'm saying is, when you look at money, roster-wise,
talent,
age of the roster, all of that, bro, no, this wasn't the move right here at all. And that's why a lot of these pundits you seeing today aren't jumping out the window like they thought they were going to be doing with this Giannis trade. Because in reality, it's not a good. It doesn't. Him going there doesn't make any sense.
Right. That's not why. The main reason why.
I'm saying that this trade with the Miami is worse for Miami
than it is for the Bucks. Yeah.
The only thing it benefits Miami is this: it puts seats.
Seats. Yeah. People.
Miami struggles with selling tickets. Believe it or not. Since LeBron and D Wade left, even with those finals teams with Herro and Butler, they still couldn't put any butts in the seats. They think bringing Giannis there with whatever Nike convinced them is going to put butts in the seats and more Nike billboards on Brickell Street on South Beach. That's all it's going to do, bro.
It's that plus they've been looking. They were trying to get Giannis since, 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If you fail again, everyone's going to look at you stupid. You've got to keep trying this. Also, Boston's deal was just stupid.
Yeah.
So, of course, we're going to take your deal because you had the best one. We had no choice. We had to take it. We had to give it to you.
That's on Boston, though. Boston.
I know it's Boston. That's on Boston. Boston is really simple for Boston. Jaylen Brown, Hugo, and the other white dude, right? Plus
they
3 jumps. That's all you had to do. And guess what? I would assume for Giannis' sake, I'm like, yeah, that's very clearly a championship roster because everyone else is still there.
Yep.
You can very easily get a decent big there, so I'm not too worried about that.
This is my thing too. All of us follow hoops. Besides when Miami bounced us, right? What was that? 4 years ago? 3 years ago? Besides when they bounced us in the first round, what has the Heat done? But been a play-in team in a lottery team.
That's true.
I'll wait. Like you're acting like the way Giannis talked about us. So that's why I feel like the Bucks won this trade. I'm not even talking about draft picks, just on some personal stuff. They won this trade because the grass is greener. Is what Giannis and his agent are thinking. But when in reality, it's not, bro. It's not. There are other places you could have went that could have put you in a better position to win than Miami.
Yeah, I don't think
Bobby went down there to be a bodyguard with the media for Giannis in the party. Bobby got paid, bro. Bobby not trying to win no more, boss. He done. He got his money. He got his ring and he got his money. He's going to Miami to party. I know Bobby personally. He's going to party. It's party time on South Beach for him. He's not going to. He probably won't even be playing because to Paz's point, to play for Spo and Riley, you got to be in shape. When has Bobby Portis ever been in basketball shape?
Right.
I'll wait.
They gonna see him try to do a layup. I'm be like, yeah. No.
Hold on, so I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on.
How is it? No, Bleacher, for real. Bobby Portis in the Heat culture.
Man, he about to get his weight put on him, man. He is about
Bro, think about them a couple years ago. They had the one dude, what was Whiteside, right? Remember, Whiteside was dominating, bro. He was 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. He was out of shape. Pat Riley got that man right out of town. He didn't care about them numbers or none of that. You out of shape. You got to go. So that's what I'm saying. I've never known anybody there that played there and you not going to be in shape. That's why Ware got traded.
Yeah. Out of shape, not.
Yeah, like you're not gonna really play there if you're out of shape, bro. Like,
what up,
that ain't happening.
Probably. I mean, there's another thing about Pat Riley I don't understand because if if Giannis trying to like, I'm gonna go to play for Greece and then Pat Riley, not Pat Riley, be like, no, you ain't doing that.
No, he not going to play none of that.
No.
No. Your brothers won't be on the team and you won't be going to Greece either. So I don't know what to tell you, dog. That ain't happening. And then I heard what held up this deal. I don't know if you heard this, Vaz, but they said the Yakachunas kid is what held up this deal.
It was
him with Boston?
No, with Miami. Like they could have been got this Miami deal done. The Yakachunas kid is what was holding up the deal.
Yeah, it was him and Larson.
Yep, him and Larson. Yep, it was between him or Larson, and I guess the Bucks wanted both of either one of them.
No,
and Pat didn't want to give up either.
I think we wanted both originally.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, we'll try to at least take one. And then they just gave us the picks. I said the one good thing about this thing for the Bucks is that the later picks are good. Those 30, 32, whatever it is, they're unprotected. So those are good picks to bet on. I'm not mad at those.
It's just for the next 3 years you don't have control of your picks. The Bucks don't. So.
And plus, it looks like most likely, if you were to do the Boston one, it was very likely you weren't going to trade Jaylen Brown. You were going to keep Jaylen Brown. And our owner, who also just traded Myles Garrett, by the way, is not going to try to be like, okay, well, I don't want to do this nonsense again. So, and I know he's not going to. I know Jaylen Brown's not going to stay here, so that's why he didn't take that one either.
I know that was your brother moves.
We knew that was a doppelganger. You ain't fool us with that doppelganger, bro.
I knew that was your brother moves.
Shout out to my brother. Hey, that's the man behind the curtain right there. Shout out to him.
Twin in there.
Right.
Twin in there.
Appreciate y'all. Hey, Bleacher, it's so many people here. Let me get your last words, and I'm gonna pop in Mr. Cool and the Jason. Okay.
I'm gonna head real quick. Let me just say something real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
We can't even do the trade with the 21st pick now because guess what? I got traded.
Who?
Detroit traded it with Memphis. Look, if you want to see how a GM is supposed to be moving, the way Memphis is moving right now.
Oh, he's clowning tonight.
Right, that guard from Iowa was solid.
No, not even that.
Bulls
they got the best
solid.
They got the
best clowning tonight.
The best player in the draft is in Memphis right now. I will say this right now. AJ's cool. Peterson's cool. Cam is another level. The main difference is Cam was fighting against Cooper. That's the difference. There's a tier. He's at a higher tier. I think AJ and Peterson will definitely be all-star players. Maybe probably even possible all NBA. All NBA talent, right? Boozer will be a franchise level player. You're look back and I can't believe they got him at 3. That's how good of a player he is to me.
I agree.
He's very polished.
I'm high on his playmaking.
IQ.
He really impressed me with his playmaking last year.
The best way to think about it is think of Paolo, but not stupid.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the best way to think of it. The
Damn
same
it.
exact
Damn
thing,
it, Pass.
but instead of taking these dumb
Hey,
mid
he cooking,
rangers,
ain't he?
Pass.
Cooking. He cooked with that.
yeah.
That's a perfect comparison,
Embarrassing,
bro.
right.
That's perfect.
Instead of taking these dumb mid rangers that you're terrible at doing, he's like, he notices, hey, I'm really strong. I'm stronger than everyone. I've been stronger than everyone since my whole life. I'm probably gonna be just as strong in the NBA. I'm gonna do what I do best. Know my IQ, know my strengths. I'm get to the basket. I have touch. I have all this stuff. I have the passing IQ. Of course. This is all. This is that all NBA level talent right there, and they got him for nothing. Mind you, they also have what's his name? Edie as well with him. That front court is nasty. The only thing that's really sour about Memphis right now is just the Ja thing.
He's gone. Yeah, but he's gone. I think he's gone soon.
They're trying to get a trade, but they just can't get anything for him. No, even the bottom feeder teams don't want him right now.
Right. Listen, I heard Sacramento said they weren't interested.
No.
They might be better off for a buyout with Ja to keep it real. I know they don't want it. They're gonna have to do a buyout.
Sacramento just got their buyout. Just got essentially their job right now. That's also a really bad pick, but now you'll see that later on. I think that pick is terrible, but
who they took A-Cuff, right?
He's got off the pick. Worst place for him to be.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. I thought I knew you weren't talking about the player. You were talking about the location,
right?
Even the player, I'm very iffy on because the way he talks to himself, I'm like, I don't think you're going to work out. You are a little too high for where, because like the main thing is like, all right, this is a Brunson comp. You don't really have the same things that Brunson does that you do. You are undersized. You are technically not undersized. You just don't try in defense, and I don't think you will. Even more so now because you guess you're in Sacramento. So why won't you? You definitely want to try with when Sabonis is your big man. When you got Zach LaVine, DeMar on your team. Of course, I'm not trying defense.
Yeah, that's fair. It might have been a bad, going to Sacramento. I wouldn't want to go there as a young player. I'm gonna keep it real. Their organization is in chaos, and it has been in chaos since Weber left. Damn near,
right?
damn near since Weber left. But
Mike Bibby days,
right? Mike Bibby days, right?
Last
but
thing right now. 3 teams have won this trade has won this draft so far. No, 4 actually. I put 4. Memphis for sure is number 1. Number 2, I'd probably put Chicago. Chicago did really well this draft.
Yep.
3, I'm putting OKC because I don't know how they always do this every single year. You get the perfect player. You just won 7 games against Wemby. Hey, we got the guy who can stop Wemby.
And you might let Hartenstein walk because you just drafted this guy too, so you'll save some money.
They don't need to. The funny thing is they don't even need to. They can just be like they can sign and trade Dort somewhere.
Yep.
They don't need to. He was probably the worst player for you guys, anyways. Everyone else will get healthy.
And it's a bunch of teams that want Dort too. People are high on Lou Dort. High on Lou Dort.
Yeah, I'm not that high on Dort.
Me either, but there are a lot of teams because of 3-and-D. You know, teams be selling on that, bro.
Right. No, that's fair. That's
once
fair.
Once you get that 3-D level, that thing sticks with you. Look at the nonsense the Pelicans are trying to get for what's his name, for Herb Jones. 2 picks. You're out of your mind if you think I'm giving you 2 picks for Herb Jones at this point. You guys have consistently been bad with him on your team.
Right.
He can't shoot.
Better. Even it's hurt the Herb Jones thing. What's the other guy's name? Why am I blanking?
Trey Murphy.
Yeah, the Murphy thing too. Even like Murphy's cool, but he's getting way too overrated right now. One first rounder and like matching salary, sure. But that's his
ceiling. Yeah, I agree.
And the last team, underrated for what they did. I think Brooklyn did really well this draft as well. I'm including also the draft thing that they did with Minnesota. Minnesota's also stupid. I'll be honest. I understand people are like, oh, Minnesota and what's it called? And the Bucks are like always the 2 teams that are like, oh, they hate small markets. They kind of do it themselves, to be honest. Minnesota's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
Look, if you really had to get off of Randall and you had to trade down just to get rid of him, it's not even a first rounder; it's a second round pick.
And you gave Chicago Claxton.
Right.
Claxton's trash. The Claxton thing I don't really care about. Claxton isn't really
No,
that
but
good
I'm just saying, even if he is trash, you gave Chicago a young, valuable piece, bro, that they could flip or do whatever they need to, even if he doesn't play.
That's one thing. The main thing is you gave mind you, this is all because of Jokic's fault. Is that you gave that man $112 million because Jokic can't play defense.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's initially what it boils down to.
Facts.
Literally because of one guy. Because the team that you guys would probably be anyways, whether or not you could have gave him $15 million a year, but no, you just had to give him the bigger bag that you had the option for. Giannis even said, "Hey, I am willing to sign there because I really like Ant that much." Yeah. The only West team that he said I will sign with, and you still didn't, and you didn't even consider.
Yeah, that is.
Look, I understand from the Bucks' point of view. I'm not taking Randall. I understand it. You have a terrible package. Like, up to 3, he is still the right choice for us. It's not great. I don't like any of these packages.
Right.
Like, I like the Heat a little bit more and more as it goes on, but it's not a great package for who I think Giannis is. And what he needs to this franchise.
I agree. No, I definitely agree.
You waited too long to trade him, so it's kind of our own fault.
Yeah, exactly.
If you did this last year, you could have gotten much more for this.
Yeah, that's why I said you just got to take what it is. It could be even worse than that. So.
And he also told you. Also, Eric, don't think I didn't see that report that you hid this shit from us. That you knew. Not Eric. It wasn't Eric. It was actually Jim.
Okay.
Jim. It was Jim who actually hid this from us. Who knew that he wanted to be traded, but they hid it because they didn't want to make the front office look bad. Giannis told them straight away, "Hey, trade me now," and you hid it for the whole year. And you guys tried this nonsense of, "Oh yeah, let's try getting rid of Dame, and we'll get let's waive and Dame and get Miles Turner." Yeah, I'm sure Miles Turner is who Giannis wants as a second option.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Pass. All right, Pass.
I'm done, man.
All right, Pass. Appreciate you, Pass. All right,
It'll be Bucks forever, but man, it is not looking good.
We gonna fight through the screens, Pass.
Rollins, you are my savior. I hope you the best. I hope you can get me somewhere. As long as you're doing well, I'm happy. The rest of the team, y'all can suck it.
All right, Pass. That's all right, Pass. Shout out to Pass. Let me tap in, Mr. Cool here. And what's your last words, Bleacher? I'm gonna get in Jay Lewis here. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Yeah. The one thing I wanted to get off my chest real quick was I just wanted Giannis to just be honest with us. Just say that we ran his course and just trying to decide. I'm not trying to leave Milwaukee. I just want to leave. No, just be honest. That's all I ask. If you said to run his course, I'm done. Just say it from your own mouth, not through Shams. Shams can kiss my butt because all he did for last 2 was he's going to get traded. He's going to get traded. He's been like this for 13 months. I wanted Giannis Antetokounmpo himself telling me I need to go another team. And I will respect that as a man. As a man, I would have respected that. He ain't did that. So that's what I'm mad at him for. But yes, I'm going to enjoy what the years he did for the Bucks. But the way he went out and the way he just tried to use God, trying to go to the Bible and all that. No. Be a man. That's all I ask you to do. Be a man.
All right, Bleacher. Damn. That's okay, Bleacher. All right. Damn, Bleacher. Let me tap in Jay Lewis. Oh, my God. I forgot some of these super chats. Hold on 1 second. My bad, y'all. Jay Stizzle, my dude, appreciate the $10 super chat. It was time to move on from Giannis, whether he wanted to or not. Now it's time to develop the young players, build chemistry, and establish a winning culture. That has to start now. Facts. Appreciate you. Let me get my boy Pimp Bayless was good. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Bucks waited too long. Plus with Doc and all the injuries, Giannis PR was in the toilet shaking my head. Got an okay haul build around wings. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's solid. It's solid. It's solid. It's not crazy. We didn't just fleece them. I think both parties feel away, and I think that's a good deal. If both parties are like, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. All right. Got one more. All right. OU scales. So I get some people up in here, bro, before it get too late. OU scales.
Oh, my bad.
No.
No, like I said, You know, I'll be trolling in the comments. I'm giving us an F for the draft, though. I'm not.
What?
So, well, we get a D because I gave Burries a B-, but Ament, I'm telling you, is a project. Chris Livingston, Tyler Smith, I'm telling y'all. All right? Okay. We'll revisit. Hey, what number episode is this? Because I want you to bookmark this. I want you to bookmark this for me. I've been saying dude ain't like that since high school. He proved it in college. I
gotta give you your flowers real quick. I gotta be honest. I would like to say this, that Scales and Pass were both saying for weeks when the Nate Ament was coming along, they was not about it. They didn't want it to happen. So I will give you your flowers.
You coach tubes, right? You coach tubes. Have you ever had a big that shot under 50% from two?
Well, I mean, at the high level, no, not at this level.
No, but
really
I'm in professional, not high school. Now I'm talking about college, semi-pro, and pro league. There's no big on any level at that level that's shooting under 50% from two. It's unacceptable.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
That's true.
It's unacceptable. So that's my thing with the draft pick. Go ahead.
He young, man. Give him some time.
No, I'm just saying. He's
Project,
19
bro.
years old.
You don't have. I'm gonna give you that, Jay. So Jay, that's where the Bucks are going in the direction with this new team. We got a roster full of projects. Yeah, so for the next 3 years, we're gonna be college basketball. We're gonna be a college basketball team. So that's fine. Right. That's what I'm saying. You drafted another project. I just hope he's on the roster because none of our other projects lasted. So I'm hoping he's still here 3 years from now because none of your last 9 years, all the other projects you drafted, they either got traded or they're not in the league anymore. So we'll see.
Give the coach some time, sir.
It ain't even about the coach.
The players.
It's about roster structure and the way things are set up. Is the kid going to have time to develop? You got Jaquez Jr. in this spot. You got Ousmane Dang already here in this spot. So is he going to have time to develop? That's another thing. We quick to say that about young kids and coaches. Is he going to have time to do it? Does Horst have a plan? Hold on. Not to cut you off, but does our GM have a real 5-year plan for these young kids? Does he?
GM.
That's a real question.
The GM, but the coach.
They have to be yoked, though. They have to be. Sam Presti and Dagenhar are equally yoked in OKC, bro. He's not drafting or bringing a player in there that coach doesn't want, and the coach isn't going to ask for anybody that Presti doesn't approve of, bro. I'm telling you. You can't have a coach and a GM that aren't on the same page. It don't work in no sport.
But he did approve of that, though.
Approve of what?
Jenkins, of that pick.
We don't know that. Do we know that? Because I was told differently.
Yeah, he said he liked the pick.
What else is he supposed to say? What are we talking about right now? What else is he supposed to say, bro? Like, is he supposed to say, no, I hate that pick? Like, he's not going to say that. That's what I'm here to say. I'm saying it for Taylor Jenkins. That's what I'm here to say. I'm here to say it for him. You know what I'm saying?
This is going under instant classic.
From my understanding, he wasn't involved in this draft process. That's what I was told. This was all Horst in War Room. He was in the War Room, but he wasn't the final say-so. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't the final boss of this. So he has to say, yeah, I like the pick. Because that's kind of the position that he's been put in by ownership in the GM.
I don't know if that was his exact words, but he looked like he was pleased.
I'm with you, Jay. Listen, Jay, I don't want you to think that these pushbacks I'm giving you is I'm disagreeing with what you're saying. What I'm doing is I'm being realistic with who our GM is. I don't even have a problem with Taylor Jenkins. My problem is Horst.
Yeah.
So that's my issue. That's it. So I'm just hoping the mint doesn't fall to the wayside like our other 9 projects.
That's what exactly.
That's it. Right. That's all I'm asking for, bro. If he turns out to be a stud or a serviceable player,
I'm with you on that.
No, that's 100%. Yeah.
But I mean, I got faith in the coach, man.
Yeah.
I just want to give him some time. I'm not even worried about Horst.
Facts, Derek.
We already know what he about. This new coach
is the X factor.
He's our head coach now. I want to give him some time.
Yeah, that's fair. Sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Appreciate you, Scales. Let me get some people up in here, bro.
Just relax, Scales. We got it, bro.
I'm relaxed, but I don't have a problem with the Burries kid, but I'm telling you the ceiling on the mint is not as high as y'all think it is. I'm just being honest with you. There were other 16 kids in the draft. There were other 16 kids in the draft that you could have took tonight at 13 or wherever we got him at. That's all I'm saying. And that's it. I don't got nothing else to say after that.
All right, Scales, we going live for you today. Appreciate you. Shut up. Scales, I'm going to hit you later, fam.
For sure.
Shout out to Scales. What up, Tay? Appreciate you. Hey, salute. Appreciate you, Pronte. We got Jay Lewis. We got, Mr. Cool. Without further ado, let's start Mr. Cool. We'll go to Jay Lewis and then Pronte. Oh, you, Mr. Cool.
Wow, a lot going on today.
Before you get started, I want to give you your flowers first and foremost, because if y'all don't know, Mr. Cool has been adamant about this trade going down. He stood on business that he was going to Miami, and he said everything was already done. He said Giannis was already looking for property in Miami, and hey, y'all know what? Mr. Cool ain't lied yet. Go ahead, Mr. Cool. I just needed to make sure people knew your background. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
Well, here's one thing I'll say, too, about Giannis. I think, and I don't know for sure, but this is just my belief. When we lost that series to Miami, and he was so upset that year. I think that year we had the best record in the NBA, 2023, I believe. Mm-hmm. And he was so upset in the post-game interviews. I just think he emotionally started to check out with the Bucks at that point. I don't believe. I think that was the time I think he flipped. The coach was then fired shortly after that. And I think he decided at that point it was time to move on. And one of the things I also noticed about Giannis that concerned me when we signed Dame was how, now, look, I don't blame it all on Giannis, maybe some on Dame. Those guys in that first year they were together never was like on the bench together. I never saw them talk to each other, saw very little communication. If Giannis wanted to win as bad as he always claims he did, he should have been embracing Dame. That was a big time move. Now, look, I know they put up good stats together as far as their individual stats, but they're just seeing where I didn't even feel like Giannis was embracing Dame at that morning. And I know Dame was going through a lot of personal things like that, but I just watch a lot of stuff that goes on. When I see Giannis on one end of the bench, if they both on the bench and they down to the other end, it's just kind of a red flag to me, because one thing LeBron did with AD was them two sat together every single time they was on the bench together, right next to each other. LeBron and AD. They were always on one accord. So, and I say all this to say this, I just wonder how long Giannis has been checked out really with the Bucks. Because clearly to me, going to Miami when he could have went to better options and he closed out other options where he'd have a better chance to win, suggests to me that he's going there for a business decision, not for basketball. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I mean, why would you rule out OKC? Why would you rule out San Antonio? Why would you rule out Minnesota? I think him on any one of those three teams makes those teams obviously a contender for the title.
Easily.
That is not the case of Miami. So why are you ruling those teams out? If winning is that important to you, as you say, I just think that's smoke and mirrors with him. He has checked out and he's more concerned. I think BShack brought it up last time, and I agree. He's on this business side of what he's trying to do right now, and that is to make as plenty of money as he can in investments and other things. Basketball is not a high priority for Giannis any longer. That's just how I feel about it. Now, you guys might disagree.
No, I think he looks at it as a job now, not something he loves to do. It's a job now.
Right.
At this stage of his career, it's a job.
I don't think he has that passion to win. And I think he got drained from it here after we lost that series. And I just think he said, you know what, I'm going to start looking as he got more familiar with business and being business-minded. That became just as important to him, and I think it is for sure right now.
That's 100%. That's a great point. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Jay Lewis on you. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
Well, I didn't know what you guys thought about that. I just want to get the feedback from Pronte and Jay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay Lewis. Then go Pronte. Go ahead, Jay Lewis.
Go ahead, Pronte. Look like he's chomping at the bit.
Go ahead, Pronte. Oh, you muted yourself. Hey, take yourself off mute.
I don't know about that. I think that he went to Miami because Miami's culture is as simple as that. He knows what he's going to get from Miami. We all know what's coming from Miami. It's predictable. It feels that type of structure. It's structured. It feels safe.
You know what I mean? It feels like a thing that he knows what he's going to bring. He knows that when every player comes into Miami, they're going to have to do certain things. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? Miami, and people say, "Oh, this roster, Miami roster." I don't really care about Miami roster at this point, but they got a better roster than the Bucks. So that Milwaukee side, that's a lie.
Barely.
Barely.
No, it ain't barely. No, it ain't barely. Y'all
No,
lying
it's
to
barely.
yourself. No, man. Look,
No.
Giannis, I wish Giannis the best, but it ain't barely. It's by far. What are we talking about?
No way.
No way.
Come on, man. They are better. With 2 players, they got a better roster than the Bucks. Are we kidding ourselves? Do not do that to ourselves. I'm not salty like that to not see that. 83 points in a game. That's your number 2. That's a good number 2. It's cool. That's a good number 2. The man scored 83 points in one game.
I kind of agree with that, Scales. I kind of agree with that.
He shot 47 free throws in that game against a terrible basketball team.
He can score 80 points, cool.
Meaningless.
Who on the bus can score 40 and 50 shots? Nobody. What are we talking about?
We just lost them.
Let's not pretend, y'all.
Yeah, we just lost it.
We just lost to the Miami.
I'm just saying he's at a better team. He's in a better space. He's in a better culture. And we know how Pat Riley get down. We know how Eric Spoelstra turns. Nobody's into somebody's.
And they're gonna get another superstar down there one way or the other.
And then let's say you got Wiggins, you got Bam, you got some other guy. You can flip that into another star easily. You know what I mean? They got room to maneuver, y'all. But I just don't see them being that bad, to be honest with y'all. Just because I know how Miami's won with less.
That's fair.
It's not just me saying it.
You think
everybody on national media said it today. Every national media pundit said Miami got that good.
Are they better than the Knicks?
Are we going to lie and say we haven't seen Miami win with less?
No, we have. I definitely agree with you there.
We definitely have. It was
because they haven't done it lately.
They've been better than the Bucks. They've been better than the Bucks.
That's fair
so
too.
What? They should be way better.
With less talent. With less talent, y'all. Let's
because they've had a better coach.
Exactly. That's my point. You're proving my point. They have something that the Bucks didn't have. They have
a good GM and a good GM.
He turns coals into diamonds. He clearly does it all the time, every year in and year out. He does it. He does it. And
we'll see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see.
We'll see. Do we have that? Is the question.
We're hoping that Taylor Jenkins.
But all right, so
we finally have a coach.
But I can see why you go to Miami because you telling me Miami's not going to attract a player?
Yeah, they are.
They haven't done that yet.
We didn't say all that. I didn't say that.
What players have they attracted? They picked up Butler in the last 6 years. Nobody else.
They don't have any money with them. They don't have any money.
What star has been there besides Jimmy Butler? Nobody. Okay. Absolutely nobody.
All right, watch what happens. We'll watch. Everybody,
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that stuff all day.
We'll see. It's Miami, y'all.
Miami attracts players. Miami attracts players. What players?
Will attract a couple players. I'm gonna tell you that just because it's Miami, and they have a superstar and a number 2. They will attract a couple players.
You know
now
they
Milwaukee did. Why would Miami do that? Milwaukee did.
Money attracts players.
Come on, man.
Because
Miami did.
Miami got no money
with Giannis in Milwaukee. Why would he attract players to Miami?
Because Miami isn't a basketball town. Miami has so many things that they attract.
Doesn't matter. What are you talking about?
It's just a big market. I'm saying Miami is Miami. It's not.
Miami isn't a basketball town. Miami is Miami.
Right. That's
players
what I'm saying.
love Miami.
That's what I'm saying. It's not focused on
basketball. It's the business. It's Miami. It's South Beach. He focused on that at the twilight of his career. He not wrong. He's not wrong for that.
Right.
We've all been to South Beach. You understand the feeling?
I'm just saying he's not wrong.
Milwaukee, we try to focus more on what we have.
Come on, y'all.
Right.
Come on, but y'all tripping, man. Come on now. Miami's gonna attract some players.
No, they are 100%.
It's almost the best of both worlds down there when you got a good player.
Mm-hmm.
you got both things going. So there's gonna be somebody coming down to Miami that's
But
gonna get underpaid. Guaranteed.
if they couldn't re-sign Powell, who they gonna get?
It's playing
because it's gonna be players that get bought out though too.
Powell ain't no irreplaceable player. What? Man, they can find a Powell anywhere.
They tried to resign him.
What? Get out of here. KPJ can do what Powell can do. Like, we ain't gonna say
they might get KPJ. They talking about DeRozan on a buyout. There's a lot of things floating around. What they gonna do?
Yeah, but it's not just them though.
What you mean?
Miami is not the only team looking at buyouts.
Come on. Okay. Right. All right. We gonna move.
We gonna like after this.
What's in Miami? We already know what's in Miami.
Right.
Gonna attract people, so we ain't gonna pretend that ain't there. So, but we can.
The element. The element.
But
I'm just wondering because Miami ain't won a championship in over 10 years, so I'm just trying to see.
It ain't easy to win a championship though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's been a different team for the last 9 years.
All right.
I'm saying it ain't easy to win a championship. I'm not saying
right,
win
but you making it, you guarantee.
They
sound like you guaranteeing the Miami. You sound like you guaranteeing Miami.
We got Tyler Herro. They got Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? We got Tyler Herro and Nate Ament, and they got Giannis
we know that. That's obvious. What are you trying to say? That's what we're trying to.
I'm trying to say that they definitely won that trade for sure. And
how do you know that before they even touched the court?
Because Giannis, that's a proven. They have a proven commodity already. We got a lot of what ifs,
but and
it's up to
see this man touch the court. He been hurt the last few years. That's why.
But even without that being said, we know that he's a proven commodity. He's proven 30 and 10.
That, but what else do they got besides him and Bam?
Oh no, I feel you on that. I understand what you're saying, but we don't have. But what we got back, we have a lot of what ifs and maybes, and that's why he's saying that Miami won because they got something that's an absolute. Giannis' production is an absolute, barring any catastrophic injuries. He's 30 and 10. The people we have on our roster, we don't know anybody. If we keep Tyler Herro, he'd be the only player on our roster that's ever averaged 20 points a game in a season. So that's the difference. We got a lot of what ifs, a lot of projects and variables.
I know the difference. I know we got people that we don't know about on our team. It's just the fact that it's just Bam and Giannis over there. How do we know that's gonna work just like that?
It doesn't matter. I would take Bam and Giannis. I mean,
I
would trust that. You don't trust Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra? With two proven commodities. When have they had two proven commodities on that team? I haven't seen it in a while. So we'll see. Let's hold off because they pretty dangerous as a coaching staff. That's a dangerous coaching staff. I'm just saying, if we're gonna talk about the most solid coaching staff in the league, they're top 3.
Yeah, top 5. Yeah, with OKC and the Spurs. Yeah,
Spurs, like they did. So I'm not gonna rule them out because they prove they're a proven commodity too. You know, so. I will see, but I'm not going to think they're going to be trash because that's crazy.
Nobody's ruling them out. I'm just not going to just say that they want to trade before I even see anything.
That's fair.
I get you, but they want to trade because we got Jon Horst.
Yeah, that's the variable. That's a fact. Now that's what I was saying. We got a lot of what ifs. All those draft picks are what ifs. They don't matter if we don't draft well. That's what I said. We have a lot of what ifs, and Giannis is an absolute. So we are gambling, but this is the right time to gamble due to Giannis's injury history.
But we have
I know that.
We got Jon Horst. So Jon Horst, we don't even know what Jon Horst can do. Truthfully, because he hasn't been.
We're gonna find out.
All right, we about to find out right now.
We about to find out, but we know he didn't do a good job.
Hold on, Pronte. Jay Lewis, let me get your last words. I get BShack in here. Tell me, make sure I get everybody here before it get too late. On you, Jay Lewis.
Oh man, you could just tap me out right now. I said everything I did.
Appreciate you, Jay Lewis. I will see you in a couple days.
I don't want to get into too much. I appreciate being on here. I know it's a lot of people waiting.
Appreciate you, Jay Lewis. Salute, bro. All right, appreciate you. Let me get in BShack here before we get too late. A lot has been said. BShack, it's on you. A lot has been said. A lot of things that you maybe have brought up in the past have been validated. So you do have a bit of vindication for what you've been saying about Giannis.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel?
Oh man! First of all, I was up late, like 1 o'clock after 12. So I can't remember. Man. I kept refreshing my YouTube,
Because you knew it was
refreshing my
happening.
stuff, and it finally came through. I was like, "Oh man, I can't believe this."
All right.
Let me say this. I am very sensitive to the situation. I literally said this after seeing some emotional outpours, watching some thank you clips and videos. You know, I said to myself, I'm gonna stay off tonight. It's this Milwaukee city of Milwaukee's time tonight. I'm not I don't live where y'all live in that. I can't possibly, even if I think I feel what y'all feel, I can't really feel what y'all feeling. I don't want to respect that. Um, but the way y'all talking right now, I gotta,
You got
I
to
was like,
say so. Go
nah,
ahead.
I was like, y'all got me agreeing with Pronte tonight, man. I mean, listen. I think. First of all, I totally expected him to go to the Celtics. I was shocked that Miami, pulled it off. But the Celtics ego got in the way. Their
Yep.
fan base, they overrate their own players. They pump themselves up, and now they got a mess to deal with because they wouldn't let some dude go that was averaging like under 5 points a game based on his potential, which was stupid. Um, but it was talking about, okay, Miami, they don't have a team right now, dude. The base what they got to work with. First of all, everything in basketball is about two-way players. Giannis, Antetokounmpo, Wiggins. I think they're going to hold on to either. I think they can probably hold on to Wiggins. I'm thinking, and and the dude that plays point guard, I still don't remember his name. All those guys are two-way players. Good defense, great defensive players. Switchable. They already built to deal with some of the bigger teams in the league right now. Pat Riley, this is what Pat Riley does. He gets the big fish, and then they fill it in, and they have dudes that no one's ever heard of.
Look at
And all
look
of a
at
sudden they
Pronte.
bought. This
Pronte
this is
likes.
what this is mo. This is history. So I think Giannis is going to be revived. He's going to be refreshed. He's going to feel like he's got to prove. And I saw someone say Giannis doesn't match with Heat culture. I disagree. If Giannis finds a way to plug back into where he used to be at, the hunger he used to have, he'll fit right in. That's not going to be an issue. He says he's a worker. They're gonna work him down there, even though they've tapered back all those crazy like 2 or 3 days. They've stopped all of that, but they still work hard down in Miami. But John, I mean, people gotta chill with this. That they're trash and all type of stuff.
Yeah, they're not
Just
trash.
give them some time, man.
Right.
It's first of all, the team's not gonna look like this uh, going into you know going into preseason. I know they were talking about Clay. They're gonna find some shooters. They're gonna find some shooters, man. But it's probably gonna be next year where they're gonna be the real threat. This year's gonna be a building year for
Yeah.
them. And let's don't forget Spoelstra. If anyone can figure out how to make this work,
It's supposed to.
it's Spoelstra. Because Bam and Giannis, I was watching some Bam highlights today. They do occupy a lot of the same space. So this is going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how they use Giannis actually, because with their lack of ball handlers, will they plug into some of the
Point
point
forward.
Giannis stuff? So I don't know, man, but it's very interesting. But the Bucks, I heard Windhorst today on some Milwaukee call-in show, and he was like, "Y'all forget about last night, talking about Giannis being traded. The whole future rides on these picks.
Yep.
They gotta pick right. They gotta hit on these picks. At least one of these guys gotta hit, and they could reset the whole thing quicker than people think if they get hit the right picks, man. Here's talking about you have some guys that were drafted 10 who are Hall of Famers, man. So you just never know.
Right.
You just never know. I know some people still wish they had gotten Jaylen Brown, but he would have been a discontent, man. A malcontent.
We would have had to move him. We'd have moved him for picks.
Yeah. So I think I mean the Bucks, man, did kind of jack the heat of a lot of talent. And y'all gotta do a search on Giannis, either on maybe I think also on Instagram. You should see all the music videos of the Heat made today. Man, music videos with Pat Riley, like they got him as dressed like the Godfather, man. They got all this, they got Giannis wearing grills in his mouth and doggy braids, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. They just wilding
Well,
out
I
down
will
here,
say
man.
this. Can I just say this?
Go ahead, Mr. Cole.
Yeah, because I know everybody's talking about Miami. Listen, I don't know how good they'll be in Miami. That's on them now. I'm a Bucks fan, so it works out great. I still question why he would rule out teams that he could have had really good success with. Right off the bat and have a better chance for a title. I'm gonna still question that. Why he just ruled them out. And I will say this too: for the past 2 years, either the Bucks were 1 or 2 in 3-point shooting as a team that we had around him. So everybody talk about getting shooters. Well, that didn't guarantee us much. Now I know we didn't have the same coaching. I know we had Doc Rivers, and I get all that. But we still had great shooting around Giannis for 2 straight years. We led the league, and what do we end up with? So I don't know if that guarantees anything. We'll see. And I know Pat Riley is a genius, and I know Spoelstra's a genius, so I get that. So that may all work out great. But I still question why he wouldn't want to go to what I would consider a much better option for himself, and even Boston, because he could have forced his way to any one of those places. He just could have said, "I'm not going to sign here. I'm not going to extend there," and he would have been off to a different team. So he had the power of where he wanted to go, and he left it for Boston and Miami. So that's fine. That was his choice. But I just want to give our coach a chance because I think we got a real good coach.
Agreed.
And we'll see how our team develops. I know we got a lot of project players, but it's rebuilding time.
That's the time to have. Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, facts. I agree, Mr.
So
Cole.
we're gonna be rebuilding.
And no one mentioned. I don't hear anyone talking about Ryan Rollins right now.
Oh, he on the back burner for now. Yeah, it's too much going on.
I mean, you would think people say, "Man, they got Ryan Rollins." Ain't no one even talking about him, man. I forgot he was on the team.
I mean,
we building around Ryan Rollins.
He's a 2nd-round draft pick. They're not gonna talk about him like that.
Right.
I mean, he's got to work his way up to where he's at.
You ain't. Like that was a slick jab, Mr. Cool. He was trying to say we overvalue Ryan Rollins. I'm picking up what you putting down, BShack. I see you. I see you. He's trying to validate himself for what he said. Shout out to BShack. Let's get last word before it get too late though. But all you Pronte, then we gonna go to BShack and end with Mr. Cool. All you Tay.
Oh man, I just don't know, man. Like BShack bringing up and Mr. Cool bringing up the coach. You're gonna have a hell of a job to do.
Yo.
We got some misfit pieces all over the place right here. This a team full of things. You know
what? Did you say? Wait, Pronte, did you say a team full of things? Bro?
That is
What?
We got randomness all over this team right now. Like what? Nothing really. We don't know what nothing really is right now. Like our most consistent players, Ryan Rollins. Think about that. That's crazy. Ryan Rollins is crazy. Like we building around Ryan Rollins, but then we draft a guard the same size as Ryan Rollins.
Because that's our backcourt. That's our backcourt. And Cormac Ryan is coming off the bench.
Who they draft?
Burries. Burries from Arizona. He highly touted. He gets a lot of love. Swiss Army knife type of player. He pretty much is Ryan Rollins, but maybe with a higher upside.
Which brings me to BShack. Like, what are we gonna do with Ryan Rollins, Tyler Herro, all the same size? They all the same size.
Yeah.
And Braden Burries. Like, whatever. I mean, it's just I look, Taylor Jenkins, if he gets this in the playoffs, he's coach of the year. Just by the way they just scattered this team out, because they got to make some moves. This can't be a well fleshed out roster right here, because it has no continuity on it.
There are going to be additional moves made.
They got to get rid of some people. It don't make it.
Right.
Really, the roster makes no sense even more now. So good job, Jon Horst.
Who's saying dang? What happened to dang?
What happened to Dame? What happened? What? Now we got to admit, it don't make. We got what's the big dude? Jericho Sims and and we still got Snitch and Miles Turner. Like we got all these things going on that's like don't even make sense.
All these things going on sound crazy, Pronte.
And then we don't even have our pick next year. If any time we needed a pick, our pick will be for next year.
But that's why I think, but Pronte, that's what I think we'll use. We'll leverage Tyler Herro because he don't really move the needle for us, but he would move the needle. You said what?
Who got our pick next year? Do you know? Is it Portland?
Maybe.
They're gonna be happy. They happy with what the Bucks did today. I think who won this trade? Portland. Clearly, Portland won this trade because the Bucks are gonna. That roster is a mess. And it's gonna take Tyler Jenkins a Coach of the Year award to straighten that out and make it make sense. So, and I'm a Bucks fan, but I can't tell you the starting lineup that makes sense for this team, unless some of these players, like who's the most solid player? Like you said, we don't have a 20-point game score. We don't. Tyler Herro. Are we keeping Tyler Herro? Are we trading Tyler Herro? Are we building around Rollins for real? Is that what we doing? Like that's insane. And we did.
Yo, Pronte is on the. Go ahead.
All last year, we trade him now. He gone. He's off the team already. So it's like, man, come on, man. We got some wild stuff going on right now. And meanwhile, Jon Horst still get paid the big bucks. So this is his team now. Ain't no more saying, oh, he did it for Giannis. Because even what you said, Mr. Cool, was like, oh, Giannis demanded a trade to East. Who did it again then? If we blaming Giannis or the person that made the trade again? Again, did he do it again? Did he say, oh, Giannis, we're going to give you what you want? GM Giannis? I mean, come on now. Like, he could have traded him to whoever he wanted to, but he still didn't stand his ground. Apparently, that's the guy we think is getting pushed around. That's our GM. By a player that wanted to leave. So it doesn't really make sense to be like, oh, he could have went to the West and we didn't let him go to the West. Why didn't Jon Horst say you going to the West? Where we can get most value. Why didn't he finally make a stand? Spineless.
Because those teams, if Giannis says I'm not going to extend, then those teams aren't going to give you nothing for him because they don't. Why would they sign him for 1 year?
True.
If he's going to leave, he has 1 year left on his contract.
We barely got something for him, to be honest with you. And especially with this draft, with the way this draft looked, yeah, I would have went for the other side. On the other side, I would have tried to do Portland or something. I mean, you have to do something better than what we got. And then, like you said, we waited so long to make the trade. Probably should have made the trade at the halfway mark last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought they was gonna do. It made sense to me because teams wanted the teams think they got a shot. Some teams have a lot of leverage. And you have more leverage because teams get desperate at that time. They want to make a push. They give up more.
That was on
Miami lit
Horse.
up.
That was on Horse Pronte. He was trying to get
That's
a
what I'm saying.
last ditch effort to try to get Giannis to stay. That was the last. I think that the writing has been on the wall for a couple of years, and Giannis has been biting his tongue trying to give Horse a reason to stay. And he'll do these little moves, and it would appease him for a minute until he just realized it wasn't enough. So that's why he's gone. But in the midst of trying to appease Giannis, we mortgaged our entire future, and that's the problem. And then when we did draft, none of those players turned out to be anything, and most of them aren't even in the NBA. Yet the person that drafted all these players and is the architect of this foolishness is still in place. That's what scares Bucks fans. I think that's what scares you, Pronte, you, BShack, and you, Mr. Cool.
Because clearly we got to start over. But who's the architect now? Jon Horst? Oh. Yeah.
That's the scary part.
It better be Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins need to just say, I'm making it. I'm going to tell you who I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to tell you who we getting rid of.
Yeah.
Because this roster can't be the roster because it don't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, all full of guards. Damn near.
Full of guards and random wings and just random. It's just too random. So what type of system can you run with a team that looks like, like what type of game does Ryland really have to build around? He can't really bring the ball up the court without getting his money took. So, I'm just saying, like, okay,
All right,
I'm okay because, like you said, the writing was on the wall with Giannis. Right. But I just don't know what we're looking at as a Bucks fan. Like, what are we looking at?
I think more moves are about to be made. There has to be.
If we don't hit on this drive, this trade is gonna look horrible. It's gonna look horrible. Or unless Khalil Ware, I think that's the player I got the most faith in.
Mm-hmm.
He might become an all-star, and that's where I'm going with it. Maybe Khalil Ware becomes an all-star, and then you have some type of point guard, type of big man mix that you can build.
Yeah, Herro can score, man.
No, I like Herro.
Yeah, Herro, but he can't guard a chair either.
They don't want to keep him, so
we're doing a full rebuild. BShack, he's gonna be used for parts. He's gonna be used for parts. Yeah.
Hometown boy, man.
So who are we keeping then? Who do we want to keep? Ryan Rollins, but we don't want to keep Tyler Herro or KPJ. Like,
that makes sense. That don't make sense.
All right. Maybe they keep Herro. Maybe they do.
You gotta have some veteran,
all right.
somebody that knows the NBA. You just can't have a bunch of
misfits.
We gonna look like who? We look like the Brooklyn Nets. Like, who is that?
Kids on Similac, man.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, that's fair. Maybe they do keep Tyler Herro. We're gonna see what happens. It's very intriguing to say the least. Appreciate you, Pronte. Pronte had his damn cap on. He was cooking today. Apron on and everything. Salute to Pronte. Oh, you BShack. Shout out to Pronte.
I'm gonna agree with Mr. Cool on this. Giannis kept saying, I want to stay on the East Coast. There's only two reasons for that. One, he wants to be closer to Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Second is you're interested in Giannis Inc. It's all about your businesses and your portfolio and all that type of stuff. So if he wanted to really win, you could have really. I mean, I thought Minnesota would be like probably the number one place I would want because OKC got this little elite type of mentality now. They only do things their way. But you would think if Giannis made it known strong enough that they would have had to, if he would have put pressure on their fan base by making it known he likes Minnesota, OKC, Sam Presti, he has the assets to do it. I don't think San Antonio would want Giannis. They got a whole thing going on right now with Wemby. But Minnesota was right there if he wanted it. And then he could have went to Boston. But see, Giannis never manned up. And he played this thing real middle of the road. I don't want to upset anybody. Never
I just don't
said
think,
anything publicly.
I just don't think
It's
Giannis is that student of that type of like look at the people like Giannis don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like he's not really astute in that GM wise, so that makes no. That's what I'm saying. It makes no
yeah,
sense for Horst to even listen to him anyway. So if you
yeah.
let Giannis pick a
What the
team,
Bucks did
let
was
him pick
best for
Giannis.
them. That they were. I don't think they in the end they were thinking about what was best for Giannis. They were thinking about what was best for them.
Yeah,
And like I said earlier, or I said it, in the chat, I said, listen, you, it, I know it's a tough day for a lot of Bucks fans, but you gotta look at it this way: that Giannis was a draft pick that stuck around so much, like so unlike so many others, and, and to get the chip. So many others, great players, LeBron, Durant, bunch of people, didn't do that. And Windhorst said something today too. He said you got to understand the window for everyone is short. That's why there's been no repeat champions. And if you have a superstar that outlasts the window, that's what you have at the Bucks. The window closed and the superstar was still there. Now teams have to become more the because of how the rules are now and draft and everything. You have to become adept to matching up your superstars um
and
sort of his
role
his
players.
well, how should I say it? That window needs to match up with the superstars window. And you got
Mm.
to know when to cut them loose when that window's closed. If you hold on too long after the window, then the asset really starts to depreciate. And I think everyone pretty much said that the Bucks would have got more for Giannis a
last year.
year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You got to know because nowadays the window's going to be short. The window's going to be because Steph outlasted the window.
Mm-hmm.
Certain players outlast the window. And you gotta know when to cut that loose. Now I know that people wanted for Giannis what Steph has. He's gonna be there for life. Don't want to go nowhere. Um, but Giannis, he boxed himself in early by saying he wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
He started that about 7 years ago, and he kind of created the discontent himself. And I understand wanting to win, and if that's what he wants to do, um, he's got what he's got in Miami because he played around too late, too much. If he was more serious about it, he could have got to a better situation. But
Mm.
because he waited so long, you know, his health started deteriorating. The Bucks, got to this place where it's like, okay, maybe need to start looking toward the future. And I just think for all parties involved, they stayed together probably
A little
a
too
little
long.
too long.
One more thing, BShack. I
No.
think like we saw this with Kobe and Shaq, right? The main difference with the Bucks and the Lakers, and this like when they got rid of Shaq, sent him to Miami, is we didn't have they never found a young number two to ascend. Under Giannis, like they just what I mean. Giannis was always the young player. It
Yeah.
would have been different. This moment would have been different if you had a player that had like better than Rollins, but that was younger. That you was like, but this dude can ball too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe start building my hand. It would feel like a different moment, but it doesn't because of that. I feel like it doesn't just because of that because we don't have that, and everybody's not Kobe. So of course not Kobe. But we don't have a Penny Hardaway. We don't have anybody that's a number two that was younger than Giannis. Like even if Boston loses Jaylen Brown, they got Jason Tatum. You see, and they can start from there. We have nothing to start with. We
Mm-hmm.
have Ryan Rollins, and I think that's what makes it so
Scary.
bad.
Yeah.
Scary because we went straight to ground zero.
It's
Some
always
teams,
better to groom somebody coming up.
Right.
we never
They're the
did that.
number two, then they become the number one, and then you get another back to another two. But see, that all that comes down to bad drafting.
Exactly, and that's my point. Like all that came down to bad drafting because we should have been as a GM. You got to have that in mind because why wouldn't you? Like the Spurs had that in mind. They had Kawhi waiting, they had Tony Parker with Ginobili waiting. You know, when the Bulls had, they had Scottie Pippen there. You know, you had to have that to maintain some sense of structure around winning. But the Bucks just never did that. They never did that. And even when they went to like I heard somebody on here talking about maybe they should have got Donovan Mitchell. That probably been better than getting Dame only because of the youth. You know, only because of you. Not that Donovan Mitchell's better than Dame, is that he'd have been younger. So you'd have had somebody that you could say, okay, we can give him the reins and we put a team around him with
Well,
some draft picks that we got from Giannis. You know what I mean?
well, I'm gonna tell you what a smart play would have been. As soon as they decided to stretch Dame and wave and stretch Dame, knowing this team was gonna be trash this year,
He should have been
if
gone.
they would have got off of Giannis last summer
Yeah, I thought
and
they was gonna do
all
it,
the way tanked, they would have had a top 5 pick.
but they wouldn't have had a pick. But they would have had to get their
But
picks
they
back.
wanted to hold on just a little longer. But last summer was the time to do it. If you're a GM and you know the next year's draft is going to be fire,
You got to be
and you know
forecasting.
your team has no chance to win, it takes courage to make that call, but you got to make that call.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, but
Facts.
I feel like they feel like any team they send Giannis to is going to be a good team, at least a better team. And you know the Bucks got that pick swap thing going on, so they'd have potentially lost a pick anyway.
Yeah.
So you know that's the only problem with the Bucks right now. They potentially lose their picks if they do bad. So you know that's what's really got them in trouble. The GM messed this up, like just by the way he structured the deals.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
and he kind of screwed the Bucks for a minute now. Now they got to make something out of nothing, and let's see if Tyler Jenkins can do it because that's all we got. You know, because we might Braden Burries might be a player. Braden Burries might be a nice little pick and roll combo, but that's what we need. But we got a coach that we at least can put something together. But are we gonna give him enough time to be the staple of the Milwaukee Bucks now? Because he becomes the leader of the Milwaukee Bucks now, and he's the guy that is might have to go through a couple losing seasons and still
Right.
have his job. You know what I mean?
We got to have faith in the coach. Yep. Agreed.
So are we going to see that happen, or are we going to be like, oh, he didn't do good enough, and we're going to fire him? That's what we're going to see once the pressure get put on Jon Horst. Who does he blame? Because he can't fire another coach. That'd be the fourth coach. You know,
Fire the
he's still
GM.
there.
Yeah. Fire the GM. Yep. Fire the GM.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that it's going to be interesting watching the Bucks. I'm not really familiar with how this team is going to look. I have no clue how this team is going to look. I don't think we all don't know how it's gonna look. So it's gonna be interesting just to see how they play ball, and who they keep. Like, are we keeping Tyler Herro? I think we got to keep Tyler Herro just to put people in the stands.
Yeah.
Because he's from Milwaukee, you know. So I think Tyler Herro's not going anywhere.
Okay.
You need a ticket draw. You got to have a ticket draw.
Right. That's true.
He's gonna roll with Rollins and Tyler Herro and Braden Burries off the bench. You know. But what are you gonna do with Kyle Kuzma? What are you gonna do with Miles Turner? Like,
that's what it's gonna be interesting to see. That's what it's about. Now we're about to see what Horst is gonna do and Taylor Jenkins is gonna do. That's it.
But Amber, they need to be thinking about how they need to. I mean, it's a long range thing, but they need to be right now. They gotta use plants. They gotta use back channels. You gotta figure out how to get Knipple back in Wisconsin. Knipple's a star, man. He's gonna be when Steph Curry steps off. He's probably gonna be the best shooter in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he's from Wisconsin. Try to get hometown guys back, man. You know, they have connections in the community.
That's a good point. Shout out to BShack.
There's a couple Knupples coming up though. They probably try to drive the next one.
Yeah, right.
There's 3 coming.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they got a little farm system going with them cats.
Farm,
But without further ado, let's get to Mr. Cool though. Mr. Cool, you.
Well, one thing about there won't be no more dynasties. I listened to ESPN and that reporter that's on analyst said that Goodwill that Vincent. He said because of the aprons that they've set up in the league now, no one's going to ever have a dynasty any longer. Teams are going to have a very short window, and then they're going to have to clear out players, and that's what happens. So it's hard to build championship teams to sustain that championship level right now in the NBA because of the cost. I mean, teams will literally lose money if you get the second apron too long. So no owner's trying to lose money with their teams. So, I mean, that's what the NBA did, and they like this parity. They like a new champion every year. I'm sure that's what they like. That's what they made happen. Every year now there's a new champion. How many straight years has it been?
Right.
No one's repeated. And I think the Knicks could repeat, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, so we're going to see.
It's very, very hard to repeat with that, the way they set up. As far as Taylor Jenkins is concerned, I agree with you totally what you guys are saying. Pronte, the team is scattered all over the place. It looks pretty hectic just looking at their roster. I looked at it today, and right now the players that are there, the ones that are still have to try to sign or who could opt out. I mean, it definitely looks crazy just looking at it on paper. But I mean, that's part of a job of a head coach to be a leader and decide this is the 10, 12 guys I'm going to play, and we're going to go with that. And, you know, they invested a lot of time and money in hiring Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins could have waited and went to Orlando and other places that needed head coaches that would have been a better situation than coming to Milwaukee. So I think he has a lot of say on who was drafted, the players that he wanted. I don't believe he just sat back and just said, okay, whatever, and I'm going to go make it work. I think they've invested in him. I believe he's a part of the decision-making of who they draft and who they keep and who they trade. I think he's way more involved than we think. They paid that guy a lot of money, and they're eating the rest of Doc Rivers' salary because they thought they had a good coach now, and they brought him in for that purpose, who should have been here before now, but that's another story. But we have a high-quality coach who knows young players, who knows how to develop young players, who's been in that role before. So I have confidence in him. I don't have confidence in Horst and the rest of the management team, but I believe he does know what needs to be done. So I think we have to just give him some time and let him organize what needs to be organized. I agree. I would keep Tyler Herro on this roster at least till the trade deadline because we got to have somebody, a go-to guy.
Right.
And we don't have no go-to player. We don't have a legitimate number one or legitimate number two right now on our roster. Except for Tyler he's probably a number two at best. But without him, we ain't got a one or a two. Okay.
No, fair point.
So we got guys that could be your third option or your fourth option, but not your one or two option. So it would be really hard for him to make that work. But we'll see. We do have a lot of young players, and I know that's what Fields was saying. There are a lot of project players, but in a rebuild, that's what you have to do. You don't think OKC did that? Okay. You don't think the San Antonio tanked for 4 straight seasons? Tanked. Look at their record. Just go back and check before this year, and they finally started to put it together. What's that?
I said they have their pick.
And so, right, that's true. Yeah, I agree. And I know you guys fault Horst, and of course he is the fault, but I think he was probably told, I believe, by the owners to keep Giannis happy because he puts meat in the seats, man. He puts meat in the seats.
I mean, I can see that, but
and so
if you're
so whatever you got to do,
you don't have no picks. What's the point of tanking? I guess that's my point. Like, if we need something. We need to hit in this draft right here.
Right.
Because tanking in 4 years is gonna get us no return.
So I agree.
That's what's scary about it because it's not. It just can't because we ain't got the picks, and we don't even have.
I mean, we went
capital.
I think we need to give it a little bit of time to keep it real because this draft just happened. We just got rid of Giannis. Let the team catch his breath. Kind of look over the book, see who's available, what the word on the street is, because I do not, under any circumstances, think this is going to be our roster come October. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I think they need time to kind of just take a deep breath, understand that Giannis is gone, and then talk to the coach and GM. They need to be aligned on what the forecast is going to be for this team, not for next year, for the next 2 to 3 years. That should be the roadmap, 2 to 3 year roadmap. It needs to be established. Now, what is your system? What type of players do you need? Was he involved in this draft? If so, then we need to hold him accountable for these players as well. So, because to me, Horst is already on the hot seat right now. Right now, Horst is on the hot seat. He has to get himself off of the hot seat. And if we don't see progress by the end of the year, I think he needs to be gone this offseason. This is a 1 year to prove it to be with Jon Horst. If not, you gotta go. You've had way too much leeway. Way too much leeway. I think we might even see movement within the next week or so. But I definitely think moves are coming. Let's get his team a chance to gather themselves, figure out what they're doing with these picks, what players they gonna move. Like you said, you got Kuzmas, all these people that are expiring contracts that can be used. So we go see. I just want us to get a team a little time. Let's see how things turn out. We're gonna regroup in a couple days and talk about it. Since we got it all out today, and kind of just see what we're hearing in the streets, and then let's regroup. I just want to give us a chance for a minute. I know it looked crazy, but let's just give it a chance to see how things kind of iron out, y'all. That's all I want to say.
We still got AJ Green, huh?
All right, Pronte. We got to end the live now. Okay,
AJ Green,
yeah. All right.
We trading KP.
Hey, if y'all
we got to
come
end the
down
live.
to South Florida and watch a game, man, just hit me up. We get together.
All right, y'all. That's enough. Now we done. Mr. Cool, thank you. Pronte, thank you. BShack, thank you. All right. This is ridiculous today. This is a classic live, everybody. Please hit the like button. We had the whole crew in here. Everybody was in here. I mean, what else could you have? Definitely a very bittersweet day for Bucks fans with the departure of Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat for a plethora of picks and players. The key point is getting Tyler Herro, former Milwaukee. Well, he lived in Milwaukee, former Milwaukee native. It was in Miami, now with the Bucks. I know it's a lot of people are angry that we got rid of Giannis. Thought we should have got 35 draft picks. It is what it is. This is where we are now. The positives we have going is we have future picks. It looks like we got 2 solid draft picks. Let's see. Let's let Taylor Jenkins cook. Show some faith. Let's support this team. Let's not run away and like cowards because our best player left. Hey, we got to put our nose to the ground too, and we got to grind with this team because y'all know that this community drives decision making in the organization. So if they play too much, we'll get it done. Don't worry. We'll take it out of Jon Horst's hands. We'll put it in the hands of friends and family. We get things done around here. If you don't know, you can look at our track record. We want you going, you're going to get up out of here, period. We want you to come here, you're going to get here. So we're going to figure it out as a collective unit. Friends and family, this is the best community on YouTube, regardless, sports, politics, whatever you into, this the best community right here. As my boy Gibson would say, peace, love, and respect to everyone. As things happen, we'll be going live probably in a couple days once this kind of mellows out and we start to hear more news of the direction of these players, and we're going to get back to it. But I really appreciate all y'all tapping in, showing support, hitting the like button, and we're going to continue grinding. We're going to have Packers content coming soon as well, so be ready for that. And we're going to keep grinding and just be ready, y'all. Hey, keep the notifications on. Y'all know it don't stop. We're going to keep it cracking. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content. Hey, Giannis was the truth, y'all. Let's not kick his back end out the door. He brought us a championship and he built the Milwaukee downtown. Show that man his respect. I will not boo that man in Fiserv form. Gone.